At home for the Lake Worth Bullfrogs at Kittrell Memorial Stadium. We are in week 8 of play. The Bullfrogs tonight face off against the Western Hills Cougars. The Bullfrogs are 6-1, currently 4-0 in district, and the Cougars are 5-2, and they are currently sitting at 2-2 in the district. And I'll tell y'all what, I have a special guest with me here tonight in the booth. I'm gonna give y'all a little booth camera for a little bit. I got somebody in the booth with me tonight, y'all. I got old Johnny Wheeler made his way up into town to come see us and come call a show with us.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Joey, it's great to be back, and the changes that I've seen here at the stadium, boy, this is first class all the way, and I want to thank you for inviting me to come up and help out this week.
That's good. It's great to have you here. You know, tonight the Bullfrogs face off against the Cougars, and the Bullfrogs right now are all the talk in the district right now as they toppled Kennedale Wildcats, ending a 61-game district winning streak since 2009, and it's been all the talk it's been all the talk since then. And so leading that into, I want to let everybody know that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Eagles Nest Sports Restaurant, 8445 Boat Club Road, Suite 100, Fort Worth, Texas, zip code 76179. It literally is a little crow's hop from Lake Worth High School here. You make your way down there, get you something to drink, something to eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Take the family, go catch a game, go check it out. It's a great spot to be at. We thank Eagles Nest Sports Restaurant for being a great sponsor of this show, as well as Stephen Barber Insurance. Stephen Barber is a State Farm insurance agency, multiple locations around the local area. You can contact them at 817-238-2265. Go see Stephen Barber Insurance for all your auto, home, life, health, renters, and business insurance. Go see Stephen Barber.
You know, Joey, tonight's game really opens the stretch run in the District 6-4A championship race. And, you know, the Bullfrogs are in a terrific position now, as having come up with that huge win over Kennedale. Not many folks can say that over the years, you know.
Oh,
so
yeah.
This is really an important stretch, starting with tonight. And of course, this Cougar team comes in here averaging 40 points a game. So, you know, they can put some points on the scoreboard. I don't know if they have faced a defense like they're going to see tonight, though.
Yeah, I think that is the case, and that's what we're wanting to see from the Bullfrogs. You know, a thing that we've talked about on the coaches show and on the broadcast before is how important it is to start fast, and the Bullfrogs really have to come out tonight and start fast, set the tone, and deflate any motivation that the Cougars may have, thinking that they have a chance to topple the Bullfrogs. You know, Johnny, we talk a lot, you know, in football, we talk about tradition. We talk about past, we talk about present, we talk about future. We talk about, you know, sports and times in sports and programs repeating themselves, in history repeating itself. And right now, the Bullfrogs have set themselves in a situation to be written in the history books and for history to repeat itself and to continue a great run in this current active football season, and to not get ahead of ourselves, but to possibly, I say possibly because, you know, football is football. It's anybody's game when the clock starts off first quarter with 12 minutes on the scoreboard. So we hope the Bullfrogs will make it in. They have themselves in a situation to be able to repeat history and really take this program and this record further than it has been in a long time.
And, you know, Joey, as you and I were talking down on the field before I came over here to the press box, this is the 5th season for Coach Welch and his staff to be here at Lake Worth. And we're seeing now, I see this is a senior-laden roster for the Bullfrogs, seniors and many juniors. But those kids wrote it out. Those kids got started out in this program, and a lot of the kids actually played for you in youth football. Tell us about it.
Yeah, being here in Lake Worth, being a longtime alumni, coming back out of the military back in 2008, I got plugged in the organization a couple of years after getting back home from active duty, and I got a chance to really kind of just get installed in the program. And in the youth association. I think in the youth association, it can really be the beginning steps of a good foundation. And down there, the only thing I ever really push forward, being a commissioner and coaching kids, is four fundamentals and helping kids fall in love with the game. Let the coaches at the higher levels be the one to help perfect them and zero them in on their spots, but to really help them fall in love with the game as a youth coach. And I've been blessed with being able to be up here and watch a lot of those kids come all the way through this program and then come and graduate out. Last year, with the graduation of actually it was the year before that, with the graduation of the class with Ronnie Sears, that was the last group of boys that I'd coached at the youth level. So now I'm seeing kids graduate out of the program and different things like that. Right now, that can really point out for Lake Worth Youth Association that I see out there that's on the field today is, Cash Martinez, his family here. He's related to the Thomases here in Lake Worth. It's a big Lake Worth family. It's been here for a long time. And another guy, not super big, but big in forms of hitting and the speed and the way he does things, and a guy to watch out for moving forward. Damian Hopkins, the junior, he was on JV last year, brought up and played a little bit of varsity last year. But seeing him flourish, and then the Gallaghers that are up here. You got two cousins that are playing. You got Justin Gallagher and Jaden Gallagher. Gallagher family's a big, long-time family here in Lake Worth. Seeing them here in the crowd, seeing their kids come up through these programs, and seeing all of that, it's just been a blessing to really be a part of it all and see these what were once little boys grow up to be strong young men and ready to push forward and graduate out and see what the next step in life is.
Absolutely. Okay, I got to show y'all. Jeremiah is here. Jeremiah, the Bullfrog, made the trip, and he is really looking forward to this game. He really wants to meet the great big Bullfrog that I saw walking down on the sidelines. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I could be in trouble if he doesn't get to meet him. But, one thing that I've noticed immediately, and you were saying that the wind would lay down. Man, when I got here, it was like in a wind tunnel over there by the concession stand.
And it was literally almost blowing straight north, and now you see on this hilltop it changes.
Yep.
Now it looks like it's going like a northwest kind of out of here. The way the stadium sits here is not exactly east and west, and it's not exactly north and south. Mm-hmm. It's kind of more west northwest to south southeast, kind of sort of up here. But this hilltop will play tricks on your mind. Definitely when it comes to that wind. You look at the tails, and the tails are going one way, and the logo flags are going a different way. And you look on the field, and somebody's hair is blowing another way. You just don't ever know.
And, we have seen, I know the 2 years that I worked with you up here, man, there were a couple of times that we had a blue norther, and when a blue norther comes in, first of all, the wind comes from the opposite direction, and that's what we experienced. And, that just played a huge role in the kicking game. Now, hopefully we won't see anything like that tonight.
Yeah, hopefully we won't. But tonight you'll see two kickers for the Bullfrogs. You'll see Abraham Polito, and you'll get to see they're both seniors, Abraham Polito, and you'll get a chance to see senior Ezra Nusra. That's going to be actually sharing the kicks there. Polito being the main kicker. We saw last week, and we've seen it several times this season, where Ezra Nusra has come in and kicked well. He's got just a stronger leg. So, we hope the wind doesn't play a factor in there. But at the same time, we know without any wind in there, you don't ever get to test that out anyway, right?
That's right. We've got the Lake Worth alma mater, I believe, coming now.
Right now, Western Hills is playing theirs, and then we're going to go to Lake Worth. Here will come up. I'll tell you what, it's been a great year to be a Bullfrog. It's been a great last 5 years to be a Bullfrog, to watch your hometown my hometown grow into, following each other and being there for one another once again in the community. You see the community drawn together. Lots of alumni in the stands tonight, as it has been all season long. A few weeks back we had our homecoming, and Tammy Thomas, along with Bobby. With Bobby Stoltz, retired principal here. Bobby Stoltz actually graduated from here as well back in, I believe it was 71 or 72. And so he's an alumni too. So to see the alumni come together, pulling together the Alumni Association and all those things, it's been great to see the turnout here.
And was it Tammy that brought us the
yeah, Tammy
cookies?
Said, "Go Bullfrogs," and brought us some chocolate chip cookies. We're going to eat these tonight, I promise you.
Yes, we will.
Here we go with the Lakeware School song. All right, it's
yes,
that
sir.
time for some Bullfrog football. If you guys are joining us online on Facebook or on YouTube, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm going to try to stay abreast of both chats to try to have some interaction with everybody. Tap in, go in there, say hello, let us know who you're rooting for. If you have a favorite player, cheerleader, and drill team band member, a favorite administrator, drop them those names in the chat. They love to see that when they come back and watch the shows. Also, if you're tuning in on Facebook and you'd like to help support the show, drop us some stars there on Facebook. Thank you guys so much.
And, speaking of band members, that Bullfrog band is going to, is it regional?
Yes, the Bullfrogs, the Bullfrog, Fighting Bullfrog Marching Band, they competed last week and scored all ones, and they'll be headed to regionals.
Wow.
So it's always great to see more and more Bullfrog pride in fine arts and sports and all that's going on here in Bullfrogs. This year, tennis, they did a great job this year. It's an unsung sport. We don't hear a lot about it. But Coach Whitener has had a championship program for many, many years, and they have he's entered the state now. They're kind of in a rebuilding year. Really, really young team in tennis that came out and showed a lot of inspiration and spirit and what's going to come up here in these next few years as they grow and mature. But I love to hear about all the sports, and tennis is one of those ones I think that goes probably the most unnoticed, as it's the smallest group of kids that participate. But I want to give them recognition to Coach Whitener and staff, and I think Miss Adair, his assistant out there as well. So glad to know that program is just still rocking and rolling. And Ezra Nusser, that's out here tonight, one of their kickers, number 10, the senior, he's going to regionals in cross country as he scored 9th in the district meet. So he'll be going to regionals coming up here soon. But coming out now is your Lake Worth Bullfrogs. I'd love to see it. We got number 77, Espinoza, carrying the United States colors, and we have number 17, Anthony Garcia, carrying the Texas colors. We love to see it, love the pride that comes out with carrying those flags. They know what it means.
And the Bullfrogs are dressed out in their home solid green jerseys and pants, white headgear, and being Breast Cancer Awareness Month and this Pink Out night, the Bullfrogs wearing those pink socks as well. Really look sharp.
Yeah, I love it. That's one thing, it's not really something that's really crazy to bring up. But one thing you see a lot in these Pink Out games, breast cancer awareness stuff, and I love that everybody wears it for breast cancer awareness. But one thing I see from the Bullfrogs, they participate, but they don't let the distraction of really of supporting that cause be a distraction on the field. lots of times we see just an overage of pink out, and everybody's worried about helmet colors and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
The Bullfrogs come out in socks, and they're ready to go out here and just put in some work.
That one thing, of course, this field, artificial turf now, is just magnificent. It's really quite striking when you see it. But, boy, I miss the pink out night that we had back in 2018 with the natural turf.
Oh, yeah.
And the pink borders around the
field. And the checker and all that stuff.
Checkered, yeah. Well, the Cougars have come on the field now wearing solid white with their dark green, I believe it is, headgear. So we'll be ready to kick this thing off here in just a few minutes. We're glad you joined us for this one on Bullfrog Radio and on the Lake Worth ISD Facebook, YouTube channel, wherever you're watching. And let us know, like Joey said, chime in. Let us know where you're watching from. I don't know if my wife, Felita, is going to be able to tune in. She and her brother are actually in Honolulu on a little trip that they were able to put together. And although, we have some folks in the military, I'm sure they've checked in from far away, but I wish she'd check in from the islands.
Right, yeah. Well, but when you're on the islands, you might not just want to check in.
You might not. But, of course, it's only about, 2 o'clock over there. So they may be at the pool right now.
And right now, out for the coin toss for the Bullfrogs is number 64, Matthew Welch. Number 26, Scott Burns. Number 4, Gage McAnally. And number 7, Damian Moore.
And we can't pick up the numbers from the Western Hills captains, but the toss has been made. And Western Hills won the toss and deferred. So the Bullfrogs will start the game out on offense tonight, Joey, as they will be receiving on the, is that the northwest, we'll call it, end of the stadium?
Yeah, and it looks like
and we're having the Star Spangled Banner now.
Playing a little purge. I hear it. I hear it going. It is that time. It is that time, folks. We're getting ready to have the kickoff right here, and the Bullfrogs are setting the mood. That purge music says they're out on the hunt. They're out to go get another victory from these Western Hills Cougars. It's going to be an exciting game. Right now, I got the feels on right now, the hair on the back of my neck standing up. It's every Friday night. It doesn't get old. It never changes. There's nothing like being underneath these lights.
And it looks like they're going to be 3 deep for the Bullfrogs. Dante Reese is back around the 5-yard line in the center of the field, and then flanking him, Joey, who is this on this side? Can you see?
That's Damian Hopkins right here on our close side. Not Damian Hopkins. You got Damian Moore on our close side. You got Dante Reese right in the middle, and you got you have Cornell Avington on the far side. No, that's Hopkins on the far side. Damian Hopkins on the far side.
Okay.
The 5s and the 3s as they get further away, and as I get older, they get to looking the same.
Hey, wait till you get where I am, Joey.
I got some glasses on order now that both lenses actually have magnifying wheels on them. I can't wait till they get in. I can be able to use them.
I may have to check those out myself. So the teams are on the field now. The Bullfrogs have been in that kick-receive alignment for a couple of minutes. Now we see Western Hills is out there, and Joey said, "Let there be light," and I can actually I can read my lineup sheet now. Thank you, Joey.
Yeah, as long as we have the windows open, so Chuck over there don't get a glare like we did in Fort Worth.
Oh yeah,
we had some bad glare in there, but he dealt with it.
And the kicker teeing the ball up, number 98, Emmanuel Nishiyama, and it looks like the standard Stalkers style kicker. And here's a line drive that is fielded on the 22, cuts to the center of the field and brought down right there. So the Bullfrogs will start out on their own 22-yard line.
Yeah, that was Damian Hopkins. Damian Hopkins on the reception, and number 42, Tristan Willis on the tackle for the Cougars. And that right there, you can tell is well planned. The Cougars covered that kick pretty quick, even though it was a low and one hop bounce. I tell you what, they were all over it real quick. Bullfrogs with good field position to start, though.
Actually, they're starting at the 23, 2 wide to this side, and play action keeper, and breaking up the middle for good yardage to the 40, the 50, one man to beat, and he just makes a shoestring tackle around the 38-yard line, and Dante Reese was off to the races, Joey, from the 23 to the
40-yard run by Dante Reese, tackled down by number 4, Cam Hawkins of the Cougars. Reese, he's built different. He's a bigger quarterback. He's got strength. He's got speed. He's got legs. You love to see that, break a few tackles and go for 40.
And Reese bows under and spin. Toss sweep coming this way to the 40 and stacked up for a short gain that time was Damian Moore.
Yeah, he just had just a little short gain there, about a yard. They were reading it from the backside. The backside defensive end was really tracking down quick, but he kind of ran into a little missed block action there in the front. Just kind of, Cougars did a good job trying to close that hole real quick, and he only ended up with a yard on that one.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Ball on the 37-yard line in Western Hills territory, inside 11 minutes in the first quarter. And quarterback spin, toss sweep, but going right up the middle. Again, Damian Moore, short carry.
Yeah, great job by Damian Moore for the second effort there. He has that little cutback spin move. Looks like a lead to the right, but he does a cutback on it. They catch him in the middle of it. He spins out of it and is able to really just power forward for a hard-fought, 3 yards. Give him 4 yards on 3 and a piece. We're right out about third down in a long 5, call it 6.
3rd and 6, ball at the 34-yard line. trips to the far side of the field, one to the near side in the gun. And whistles blow, and there is going to be a timeout called by Lake Worth.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Welch, there was something that he saw that a change there that he wanted to make, and thought that it was it deemed for a timeout here in this first quarter of play. And
we had a critter to fly in.
Well, luckily it's night time. Usually they don't sting at night, but I tell you what, this I'm going to go over there and catch him.
Don't just catch him, Joey. There you go. Attaboy.
Yeah, we can't deal with nobody getting stung in here. So, sorry, y'all had to do a little pest control there and kill a little hornet, as our press box is a honey hole for hornets sometimes. What can you say? It's a good place to be perched up in Lake Worth.
Hey, got to tell you the thing about watching the broadcast on my cell phone. I've got about an 8-second delay.
There you
go. I get a replay on every play, Joey.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. Hey, back to play now. 3rd down, 6 to go, 10:05 to play. Scoreless first quarter. High snap, handled it right up the middle, and cutting to the left of the 25, to the 20, outside of the 15, 10, 5, into the end zone for a touchdown, Dante Reese.
Great job there again by the quarterback, making moves, breaking tackles, and I have to give it up even more for the heads-up football played by the receivers and the running back in there that came and stayed with and made blocks to make that possible for Dante Reese. Bullfrogs come out, lead early, 9:53 left to go in this first quarter of play. Bullfrogs lead 6-0. Time for a little PAT action.
Abraham Polito. And movement, and the old cowboy up and down set, Joey.
Yeah, for lack of better phrases, got him.
Got him.
The Bullfrogs with a double clutch, and this is what you're going to see come in here. This is the first time we've seen this season. They're going to take advantage of that closer yardage and try to make something else happen.
Now, a lot of the younger folks listening or watching don't know what I'm even talking about. But us old folks remember what I call the real Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
That they started out doing that up and down set, and Tracy Welch has brought that to Lake Worth. Now the Bullfrogs lined up going for 2. Reese with the snap, he goes virtually, I was going to say untouched, but then, boy, the coverage got to him. And that 2-point try is no good. So,
yeah, it was a weird call there, or weird no call. It looked like he had forward progress. It looked like to me from here over the line, and when they stopped him and stood him up, there was no call for forward progress, and they allowed the defense to push him back and then strip the ball. But didn't matter. Bullfrogs got on top of it. And so Bullfrogs don't come away with any points after that touchdown. Lead here 6-0 early on.
So we will we'll take a look at the Bullfrog defense now, as that drive took 3:07. I'm sorry, Joe, with fantasy football brain, I'm in tune to 15-minute quarters.
Right.
But,
I'm the same way sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially that little fantasy league we got going is looking pretty good right now.
I had to get on our buddy Steve Click the other day because, he was riding with me to a meeting and he talked about something about this team, but that, he wished that they would do better. And I said, since I started fantasy football and I'm in 3 leagues, I don't care who wins and loses. I'm looking for points.
There we go. Polito lines up. The Bullfrogs line up ready to kick the ball. And here we go. It's a nice high pooch, and that wind catches it. Received by number 8, trying to get back to the middle of the field. He finds a way. Oh, he's breaking out.
Whoa, boy.
Almost broke free. Great return.
And that tackle made, is that 31, I believe?
Yeah, 31.
Dorian Young with really a touchdown-saving tackle right there, Joey, because once that return man got through the front line of coverage, he had a lot of daylight. So the Cougars set up on the Bullfrog 49-yard line. First down, 10 to go.
Takes a snap, hands off to the right-hand side, squeezes forward, finds a little bit of room. Decent gain on the play. Looked like a gain of about 6. And it looked like Lewis on the carry 4.
I'm trying to find him.
I don't see him on mine either.
I don't either. I wonder if this is a good roster. Anyway, second down, and we'll call it a long 3 to go. 9:15 clock rolls in this first quarter. And handoff, it cuts it back right up the middle, and the flag comes flying in. Boy, that was a good-sized young man there carrying the ball.
I found him this time, Johnny. Number 28, Tariq Lewis is the running back. And it's going to be a flag on the Bullfrogs as Best came in a little bit high and got caught with the face mask.
So that's going to move the chains and set up a new set of downs for the Western Hills Cougars, and it's going to move it all the way down to the Lake Worth 21-yard line. So scoring opportunity here for the Cougars. Quarterback rolls right, now fires a pass to the corner of the end zone. He goes up, and it looked like he brought that one down, but it's incomplete as the quarterback, number 1, Aaron Martin, tried to float one down there.
Oh, yeah.
But no good.
No good on that one's right, Johnny. And even in college ball, that would have been down. As a replay, as I watched the replay a little bit with a delay, I saw his foot. He had one foot he tried to drag in bounds, but it actually ended up out of bounds on about 2 foot. So here we go.
Second down, 10 to go. Hand up, right up the middle, and boy, that big bull of a running back, Lewis, just powers his way down to about the 16-yard line. And, that's going to set up a third down, 5 to go, 8:30 to play here in this first quarter.
And you're watching this offense every time they're coming out. You're watching them double out on Brian Neal or Hornell Klubu, whichever side that they're going to run to. They're doubling out on the defensive end and giving up straight to the linebacker, but they're gaining yards every time they do.
Lewis in the backfield with Martin. Twins, and Martin with the keeper off the right side. He has got first down yardage and steps out of bounds there. And they're going to mark it at about just inside the 10-yard line. Actually, it's actually fully down to the 9, and that's going to set up a first down and goal to go. 8 minutes and counting here in this opening quarter of play. So after a nice kickoff return, boy, I tell you, the Cougars are taking it right down the field. Twins to the right side. Handoff, and boy, he cuts it back. Walker, stiff arm, but he did not get away from number 3, Hopkins.
And that's what I was telling you about earlier about Damien Hopkins, how he's going to be a shining star on this team the rest of this year and leading into next year. He's a great ball player, physical ball player, and can bring down the biggest of them. Hey, just going to give a shout-out to Chris McMullen, a longtime anniversary follower out there. Hey, man, thank you so much for tuning in. The crowd's great tonight on both sides. Western Hill, for me, in the years past, I would expect to see the crowd that I see over there, but they got a good following. They got a good record going. Here we are about to play.
Second down goal at the 9-yard line. Lewis rolls left, cuts it upfield, and now is run out of bounds by the good pursuit, especially Katrevius Stevens is the one that actually forced him out there at about the 10, actually the 11, so a 2-yard loss of the play.
And this is going to be a big down for the Bullfrogs. They got to stand tall here and see what they're going to do. Third down and goal to go, and it got 11 to go. They didn't make any yards there. That last carry by Butler just went out of bounds for a loss of a yard.
So third down, 6:40 and counting here in this first quarter. Big play coming up, and it looks like they're going to call a timeout as it is taken by Western Hills. So with 6:33 to go here in this first quarter, Lake Worth leads 6-0.
Yeah, so, the Bullfrogs right now on the defensive side, it didn't start on the defensive side. Starting on the kick return or the kickoff side, didn't start off exactly on the foot they wanted to be on. They allowed a little bit of yardage to happen there, about a 20-yard return on that pooch kick to after they scored the 6 points. And the Cougars really have just kind of been on the prowl, trying to just etch this thing out, piece by piece, burning that clock off and getting down. Here we see it, 3rd down and a goal to go, but that'll be actually 3rd down and 11 to the goal line.
And both teams back on the field now as we're looking at a significant play here early in this game as the Bullfrogs want to hold them at least to a field goal try. Martin, high snap over his head, runs it down at the 25, now scrambles back to the 25, to the 20, 15, and is brought down around the 12, actually called the 13-yard line, Joey.
Man, Catravius Stevens almost had him tackled for a huge loss. It is going to bring up, he's still going to get a loss on the downs as he made his way to that far side, and an army of Bullfrogs got over there. He ended up only losing a yard overall.
And 4th down, goal to go from, actually now they're going to end up marking it at the 12-yard line, so that was a 1-yard loss. 6:23 to play here in the first quarter. And they're going to line up to go for it. Slot this way. 3-step drop. Now scramble by the quarterback. He just dumps it out of bounds. And it's called an incomplete pass. And the Bullfrog defense holds.
All right. The Bullfrog defense stands tall. For the Cougars, they took a chance there because they wanted to try to get 6 on the board. If they didn't get 6, they feel comfortable. This right here tells us they feel comfortable with their defense, where their defense is at against the Bullfrogs, forcing them to start off deep in their own territory.
And, it was really hard to see exactly where he was when he just flipped that ball out of bounds. But he did that out around the 16-yard line. And actually, they're going to say it's at the – well, now they're going to go back to the 12. These guys are as confused as I am.
Yeah, well, he looked like he ran out of bounds, but he did get it off. I saw Coach Welch fist bump with the side judge there for the good call there.
And back to play. Quarterback hands off right up the middle. Nice carry for a 1st down, and that was Moore on the carry. And, the two teams running virtually mirror image offenses right now, Joey.
Yeah, they're both really doing some ground and pound here with a little cutback action. See who can win it out.
Bullfrogs with 2 receivers to the far side. Quarterback bows under, hands off, and fighting for tough yardage off left tackle once again is Moore. And looks like he's going to be pick up about, we'll call it 6 on the play. 2nd down, 4.
Yeah, that right there, I like to see there how strong that offensive line is fighting through all the way through to the whistle. There was a moment to give up there. The referees were late blowing the whistle, but the Bullfrog offense kept blocking through the whistle. So we'd like to keep that going.
And back in the gun. And handoff to the second man through. Flag comes flying in. They actually, I don't know if they blew the play dead or not. I think they did, Joey. The way the flag came in, I think it's probably a procedure call.
Yeah, it's looking at a procedure, but 2 referees pointing 2 different directions. I'm not sure. We're going to see.
And
that's not actually correct. The defense is offsides. That's the penalty that gets called because the holding doesn't happen if the play is blown dead like it should have been.
But
they let them play it out. So you see it sometimes if it's called early enough, they play it out or they stop it. Sometimes they play it out, and so, you know.
So it is still second down, 4 to go, 5:07 to play in this first quarter, and keeper for 5, 10, about 12 yards, Dante Reese on the carry.
Yeah, Dante Reese, the Bullfrogs right now have a great plan going here as they use Damian Moore, his strength and his speed to go, but they have that option to not do anything with him and actually use Reese to run the same similar play, and it's working out for the Bullfrogs.
4:45, clock rolling here in this first quarter. Bullfrogs lead 6-0. New set of downs, 1st and 10 of their own 43-yard line. And Reese with the snap. Punville ball's on the ground, and boy, pounced on by Moore. So that's going to set them back about 4 yards, Joey, 2nd and 14.
Yeah, those are just mistakes that as a quarterback you don't want to make, having the ball out there flapping when you're doing your fakes, kind of just bounced off the high chest of one of the players and kind of hit the ground. So that is definitely Reese, when he sees that on film, he's going to want that back. But, you know, the Bullfrogs take a little bit of the lost yardage here and then look to gain some strength here in the next play.
And 4 wide, 2 to each side on this play. Second down, 14. Reese rolls left, pulls up, fires the left-handed pass that is too low for the intended receiver out around midfield. Yeah,
and luckily the Bullfrogs there, I saw some things in the play. The referees are letting them play out a little bit. The Bullfrogs rolled to the left, and the pressure came from that left-hand side or the right-hand side of the defense, but the Bullfrogs' left-hand side, and Dante Reese just kind of stepped right into that pressure and wasn't able to square up, wasn't able to really complete the pass. The receiver was open. He just wasn't able to really square up and deliver on that one.
Third down, 14 to go, 3:45 to play here in this opening quarter. And there's going to be timeout called once again by the Bullfrogs.
Yeah, you know, the Bullfrogs here are just taking a strategic moment to really make sure that they're able to take advantage of having the ball here because it's third down. This is an important third down. The Bullfrogs do not want to end up in a punt here, but it's the third down and a lot of yards to go, about 14 to be exact, and they really need to convert this third down to not only keep the drive going, but also to continue running down that clock. I know that in a running situation in a game, the game goes by so quick because the clock management that happens by running the ball means you're running the clock.
That's right. And you know, again, as we discussed in the pregame, these next 3 weeks are really setting the stage and doing mixing the pot for the playoff seeding, and this is about the time of season that you get into clock management mode, and I think we're seeing it tonight. Third down, 14 to go. 2 wide left and 2 wide to the right. Reese, quick drop, screen pass over the middle, caught, and boy, that was diagnosed perfectly by the defense as the pass was to Damian Moore, but they met him immediately for no gain, and that's going to set up a 4th down. And we see, you know, the flags over on the far side of the field are blowing pretty well, and not really a big high wind. I don't think it's over 8 to 10 miles an hour, but we'll see if it has any effect on this punt. Clock rolling, 3:05 and rolling here in this first quarter.
Yeah, and Polito lined up to do for his first punt tonight. He gets a wobbly spiral on him, but it looked like the back end's going to set down and roll forward for the Bullfrogs, and it does. He takes about an 8-yard Bullfrog roll forward. the Cougars will start out on their own 28-yard line. So not a bad punt there for Polito. The Bullfrogs continue to lead 6-0. 2:49 left to go in the first quarter of play. If you're listening to the radio station, you're listening to Joey Wilcoxon and Johnny Wheeler with a film done by Chuck Cormier on Bullfrog Radio.
And boy, Chuck is doing a terrific job. I'll tell you what, it's really good. I mean, sitting here watching the feed, on the phone, it's hey, this is showtime. This is good. Good job over there. All right, here we go. Back to play. 2:49 to play in the first quarter. Cougars with the ball on their own 28-yard line, and they'll be moved back to the 23 as a procedure call comes in.
A little old mustard on the lettuce there for a little fall start on the Cougars.
Golly, Joey, I worked a couple of games for the Salado newspaper, and we were right next door to their broadcast crew, and a couple of them tried that, but they just don't have it down like you do, the mustard on the lettuce. And back to play. That high pass falls incomplete. It was out of the reach of the intended receiver.
Yeah, we call that last play there a hope, a wish, and a prayer. The quarterback, something that you don't see often, took the snap, did a full 360, and threw it out blindly to his far receiver side, and it was just not there. It's what we call a hope, a wish, and a prayer. I mean, good ball, but he's not 6'5", so he didn't quite get to that
right.
one.
So that stops the clock with 2:40 remaining in the first quarter. And actually, it is 15 to go now. Second down and 15. Point to reach is the 38-yard line in Western Hills territory.
Oh, and they're just shooting themselves in the foot right now. And the Bullfrogs right now, they do not mind not one bit.
No, not at all. Another 5-yard walk-off on the Cougars. So now it's a nice round 2nd and 20. Aaron Martin, the quarterback, rolls right, fires a pass too tall for the intended receiver. Actually, that's not Aaron Martin. What is their quarterback's number?
That's Kyon Butler, number 14.
14, okay. So that sets up third down, 20 to go, 2:34. Just when we were bragging on how fast this game was moving, it suddenly got stuck in the mud. It's real slow. Third down. Deep drop, now scrambling out to the right, and at the 20, 25, and out of bounds. They're going to give him about the original line of scrimmage, it looks like, Joey, the 28-yard line.
That's right. He got all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. Being on fourth down, though, and it looks like they're bringing in the punt team, and so this is what the Bullfrogs want. It's a great job by the defense, standing tall, really out there applying the right amount of pressure to get them to jump off sides or to false start, and great job.
Really was. So, fourth down, who is back in single safety? I can't get his number.
Damian Moore.
Damian Moore, and there's a low bouncing kick that is just going to take the roll, the artificial turf roll, wind-aided, all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Wow. So as a punter, that's what you dream of.
That's what you call flipping the field.
Flipping the field.
And he certainly did it. So the Bullfrogs will take over with their third possession of this opening quarter.
And the Bullfrogs will start this time with just about the same field position they had last time, and maybe about 4 yards better than they had last time, as they started off on the 11 last series, and now they start off on their own 15-yard line.
And like we're sends two receivers to the near side of the field, everybody else in tight, offset eye in the backfield, spin, handoff, and about 5 tough yards. There's they're stopping the clock for some reason, Joey.
Yeah, I didn't see.
So Hopkins on the carry.
Yeah, flag on the far side. We couldn't see it.
There it is. So there's a big mark off, a 15-yard variety.
Yeah, and number 28, Cash Martinez subs out of the game. Number 6, Jose Chuchu Meza makes his way in.
And they'll split 2 receivers to this near side of the field. First down, 10 to go. Toss sweep, coming this way, and to the 35. And, boy, a tackler just grabbed a jersey and would not let Damian go as doggone, we don't have those tearaway jerseys like they had back in the day.
Man, I tell you, I would have loved to have been the sales rep selling those jerseys, but I'd hate to have been the guy on the sidelines that's got 40 jerseys for every guy on the field. A gain of about 5 yards there for Damian Moore as his jersey was not so tore away.
Second down, 5 to go, 1:15 to play in this first quarter. Bullfrogs lead 6-0, and trying to set up a drive here, and quarterback keeper to midfield and dragged down around the 48-yard line is Dante Reese.
A gain of about 11 there for Dante Reese, and he is a legitimate threat against any team. But tonight for the Cougars, they're going to have to find a way to do something about him. But then what are they going to do? Because then they're going to have to do something about Moore. If they do something about Moore, they're going to have to do something about Trey. They're going to have to do something about somebody else, you know.
Just that little play action fake for a split second froze the defense just that long. And the handoff, and this time taking it outside is Moore, and he is run out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like they're going to bring it in around the 44-yard line. And we're in the final 15 seconds of this first quarter, and I would imagine that's where the quarter's going to end. Yes, the Bullfrogs are heading over to the bench right now, Joey.
Yeah, that last run there by Damian Moore, great stiff arm to get out of there. Second effort, puts another hard stiff arm out there and ran out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain. The Bullfrogs lead it here 6-0, the top of the second quarter. Once again, this game is brought to you by Eagles Nest Sports Restaurant, located at 8455 Boat Club Road, Suite 100. Just literally up Boat Club Road from Lake Worth High School, not more than, I guess it's about a 3.5-minute drive. It literally is about 60 seconds from my house. Great place to go. Great place to enjoy food. I particularly love watching college football there on the weekend. The wife and son out doing something. I get a chance to go up there and
say hi to Brad. He just checked in. He's watching.
Howdy, Brad. Good to see you, buddy.
Brad, I'll tell you what, you need to get after Tim in our league. You know, we need you to slow him down a little. Of course, I know that would mean that you would go into a first-place tie with him, but that's a juggernaut. Byron couldn't handle him, so we need you to get after it, okay?
Well, I had a dud last week. Come off a 3-week winning streak and have a dud of a week. Look at that. Dropped down to 88 points last week.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it happens. Hey, man, I scored 90-something and won, so I'm happy. Here we go. First play of the second quarter. And on the keeper once again, spinning, fighting for good yardage, clearing for a first down, is, of course, the quarterback, Dante Reese. And that sets it up at the 35. So, Joey, now the Bullfrogs moving right to left in this second quarter. And just a solid diet of pounding runs, both by the quarterback and the running back.
I'd say 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but it's 3 yards in a cloud of rubber pebbles.
Right. And once again, Reese with the play-action keeper, he's outside of the 15, the 10, and down at about they'll mark him on the 9-yard line.
Great play. I'll tell you, I was talking about it earlier. You've already seen, if you've been watching, Dante Reese, and let me get this ad off the screen there. Y'all are wondering what's going on. I can't see. Dante Reese rolls out, and the quarterback keeper design reads his blocks through. Just want to make sure y'all had an extra dose of that Eagles Nest sports restaurant ad there. Get you excited, make you watch a little harder. But a great job barreling forward all the way down to the 9-yard line. Here he goes under center. Drops back, hands it off to Damian Moore. He cuts through, breaks one tackle, gets wrapped up and rolled down to about the 2-yard line. And it'll be Bullfrogs 2nd and goal from the 2.
So the Bullfrogs knocking on that touchdown door, 10:45 and counting here in this second quarter. And new set of downs, actually goal to go, ball just outside the 2-yard line. And Reese is going to bring them up in a tight formation. One wide receiver out to this near side. And got some size on the left side. And he's going to follow the blockers right into the end zone for a touchdown. As they had the power set in the backfield, Joey, and he followed them to pay dirt. And with 10:14 to play in this second quarter, our new score, Lake Worth 12 and Western Hills nothing with the point after to come.
Yeah, and this time here, we're going to see if they get him in the double clutch earlier. If you're just tuning in, you're wondering why it's 12. They don't know how to. I got over there.
Wait, it's 99-0.
Well, they're over there using the one-button click, and over there you can actually just hit 6 and home. I run the scoreboard a lot for Pee Wee. So here we go, Polito with the point after. If you're wondering why the score is now 13-0, the first score of the Bullfrogs, they were able to draw the Cougars off sides and get half the distance to the goal, and they went for 2, and it was no good. So their very first score, we did not get a point after, but that time we did. Bullfrogs lead 13-0, 10:14 left to go in this first half of play in this second quarter.
Well, Joey, if I can figure out how to use this new improved Dave Campbell's app, I'm going to find some scores. I can't get it to spread any farther.
Yeah, sometimes it's just it just messes with you a little bit.
Well, actually,
it's because you got Zoom. You're the size of your Zoom on it. It messes with that app.
Okay, go ahead.
But right now, this second quarter is brought to you by Stephen Barber Insurance, a State Farm insurance agent, multiple locations. One of his locations is 209 Belmont Street in Saginaw, Texas. Don't know if you're around the area. They just announced the new station that's coming there on that road. He's right there by it. The new restaurants that are coming in with an outside pavilion and all that good stuff. But Stephen Barber Insurance, 817-238-2265. Y'all call them, go by and see them.
And the game I was checking on, of course, they've just kicked off. China Spring and Stephenville.
Ooh, that's a game tonight.
Two teams in the same district that are defending state champions.
Polito with a boot all the way down to about the 6-yard line. Number 4 trying to come out. That is Cam Hawkins going all the way across the field. And voila, just like that. Turned upside down, cut from underneath by number 16 of the Bullfrogs, Arion Bouillon with a stop there. And he will get number 4, Cam Hawkins, will get accredited there with about looks like roughly about a 14-yard return.
That he worked 74 yards for.
74 yards for. Not a 14-yard return. I take that back.
Took it all the way across the field.
Yeah, I was close to about a 20-yard return there. We'll call it 19. I don't like to give away too much.
And first down, 10 to go. Ball at the 25-yard line. Handoff right up the middle, and about a 5-yard gain out to the 30.
And the Bullfrogs are seen right now with number 28, Tyreek Lewis of the Cougars. He's not much to really to be worried about other than he's going to come forward and he's going to come barreling forward. So hitting him low, the Bullfrogs are trying to take the wind out of him, trying to take the legs out from underneath him. 2 out to the left, 2 out to the right. Lewis in the backfield, handoff to Lewis again. He makes one cut, boom! Just like that, the Bullfrogs bring him down and hold him just to a gain of about 2 yards. And just as I was saying, there's not much from this guy other than he's big, he's strong, and he's a barrel moving forward. And the Bullfrogs now are looking to set their targets on him and keep that barrel from rolling downhill.
So they're looking at a 3rd down, 3 to go. We're approaching the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. 2 wide receivers to each side of the field. Quarterback run all the way, coming this way to the 30, cuts it back to the 35, and does clear for first down yardage. A nice carry that time by Butler.
And that's what the Bullfrogs are having to look out for right now, too. It's not so much that Tyreek Lewis, he is the 3 yards in a cloud of turf pebbles. And really, it's that threat of Keon Butler. You're seeing the Bullfrogs do the same thing. The difference is Damian Moore is more elusive than Lewis is. And so you're seeing here what Butler's going to do here.
First down, carry right up the middle, and again, Lewis powers his way for about a 7. Yeah, we're going to give him a 6-yard gain. Out to the 44-yard line. Point to gain is the 47. So that's a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, they gave him a full 7.
Wow.
He found him a little crease there, and that crease with him, though, he's always finishing going forward. The Bullfrogs really got to try to get him to start falling backwards.
Quick pass, right flat to the wideout over here, number 10, Brown, and he is going to clear for first down yardage.
In on that tackle, 2 guys, Gage McAnally, number 4, a senior for the Bullfrogs, and also the other senior, Trey Stevens, number 11, out there. So it will be, like you said, it will be a first down for the Cougars. And now they're giving the Bullfrogs a variety of different things to look at. They line up here, doubles out to both sides.
And the ball at midfield as they start this series. Quick pass, left flat, caught, and boy, great defensive play by the Bullfrogs. And Joey, who made that?
That's that Damian Hopkins I'm telling you guys about. He is a spark that is just coming into himself on this Bullfrog defense, on this Bullfrog team. He does play both ways. So that is something to be looking forward for the rest of this season and also looking forward to next season as well.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball at midfield. 6:45 to go here in this second quarter. Handoff. And once again, it's Lewis as he just, again, powers his way for, we'll call it almost a 7-yard gain, Joey.
Yeah, he's really powered himself forward. The Bullfrogs really, they're doing all their normal, defensive tactics in here. And Hornell Kluber with a solo tackle, but when he tackled him with a great grip around the ball and around the body and brought him down. But, I mean, Lewis is a load, and he's always rolling forward for the extra 1 or 2 yards.
Third down, about 4 yards to go for a first down. Handoff, Lewis once again, and just bulls his way close to the marker. Going to be about a yard shy. And that's going to set up a 4th down and a yard to go. The ball on the Lake Worth 41-yard line. 5:45, clock rolls here. Lake Worth leads by a score 13-0.
And I'll tell you, this is what we dealt with against Kennedale. Western Hills is not a Kennedale, but the Bullfrogs defense, slow playing, making them chip away, making them earn every last yard while that clock's ticking down. And here we go, see if the Bullfrogs can stand tall here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he rolls forward. They just had him barreled behind the line of scrimmage, and he rolls forward. They're going to give him forward progress, and I see it coming now.
Boy, that let's see.
I don't know. They may be looking at they're going to call it right there. The white hat calls the first down. He gives a little eyeball action. I can see it from here. Although it's a matter of inches, people will probably wonder, why don't you come out and measure that? Well, I can see it from here where the chain was setting on the back side of the white line. The ball nose was just across the white line, even though the fat part of the ball is sitting right in the middle. But I tell you what, the Bullfrogs almost had it there. But let's see where we go now.
First down, 10 to go. 5 minutes to play here in this second quarter. Deep drop now, scrambles, rush, gets to him. He evades it. He's to the 40 and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So he picked up 5 yards when it looked like he was going to lose 5.
Yeah, I think they went ahead and only gave him 4 on that run. He was trying to reach out for that. The Bullfrogs right there, that is a chance. That is where an elusive quarterback, the Bullfrogs have one too, but number 14, Keon Butler, though the legs that he has is much stronger and more accurate than his arm, and you can see right there when he gets a chance to get out and run, he gets out there and makes some payload of it.
Second down, 6 to go. Handoff right up the middle, and it's Lewis, and he is, man, I'll tell you, it takes about a half dozen to finally bring him down. Powerful running back, Joey.
Well, one thing we're seeing right here the Bullfrogs really got to get a hold of is I know they want to get and force a turnover here, but that's a guy that you have to beat him down low with his legs. You gotta just continue to just ground and pound and tackle him low, or else he's not going to slow down. Trey Stevens came flying in and could have had that tackle at the line of scrimmage, but tried to go high, and it gets a kid like Lewis, you're not going to get that tackle.
First down, 10 to go, 4:20 to play. Second quarter, high snap, handled by the quarterback, and rips a pass out here in the right flat. Tried to hit Garvin Harris, but it fell incomplete. That stops the clock with 4:15.
Yeah, coming down hard charging on that pass was Damian Hopkins and Damian Moore. The battle of the Damians was coming right for that one. So it might have been good that he didn't catch that ball because he was going to pay for it if he did.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the Lake Worth 30-yard line. Quick pass, left flat, caught at the 25, spins, and now being driven back. They're going to give him his forward progress down to about the 23, it looks like. And McAnally on the defensive play for the Bullfrogs. Third down, 3 to go. And up to the line, once again, the same offensive set almost every time with Twins left and right. Quick pass over the middle, or to the right flat that is caught, and that's going to be short. Nope, it looks like he got it.
And what you like seeing on there is, Damian Moore came in playing on that, trying to come and play the ball. What I love seeing about this secondary of the Bullfrogs is you have a guy that can really try to play for the ball, but they can trust each other, and you always got a guy there to make the tackle. And Hopkins, again, lays the lick, but they do get enough for the first down.
First down, 10 to go, 3:10 to play. Clock rolling in this second quarter. Twins left and right. Quick snap, and right up the middle is the quarterback on the keeper, and he is going to pick up about 8 on the play.
Coming down to help make that tackle was the other quarterback, Dante Reese, who also plays high safety for the Bullfrogs. And I'll give a couple shout-out here, Mr. Byron Keith Neal Sr., glad you're tuning in. I know it's always good to see you on here. Gary Welch, Cheryl Allright, Jill Worth Rains, Crystal Cormier, T.L. Reyes, Sharon Stewart. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. And Kimberly Cedino, thank y'all so much.
Clock rolls, 2:25 in the second quarter. Second down, 3 to go. Handoff and breaking one tackle, but brought down after a short gain is Lewis.
And right there, just what we were talking about a second ago, what needed to happen, although he did get tripped up in the backfield, Espinoza pushed through his block into the running back and caused Lewis to stumble a little bit. And then Trey Stevens, like we've been talking about needed to happen, comes in low and takes down Lewis right there where it needed to happen. Great job.
Clock rolls inside 2 minutes, 1:50 and counting here. Third down, handoff again right up the middle, and it's Lewis, and he is going to clear for first down yardage as the scrum has developed there around the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I was getting ready to wait to see when the ball was going to hike out from underneath somebody's legs and we're going to go straight rugby here. I definitely should have thought the second nudge backwards should call for a whistle. And the Bullfrogs right here take their last timeout in this half right now to try to put something together defensive side as it's going to be first and goal from the 5 for the Cougars.
You know, Joey, I was thinking back during that drive. I can't remember. I think we were working a game at Handley Field a couple of years ago against this team, and they had a running back that weighed about 240, and they just pounded. He probably carried the ball 35 or 40 times.
Oh, he did.
In the game, and this is a carbon copy.
Carbon copy, except the guy this time's got a little bit lower center of gravity.
Yes.
And is nothing but, backside and thighs. We'll just keep it. We'll just keep it proper. He's a full load out there. I bet the kid probably squats the most on the team. I mean, just seeing the build of him, he is built like a Barry Sanders, but runs more like a Mike Allstott. All that power just coming down the middle. Lewis is a load, and the Bullfrogs are getting a taste of it. The defense has done a great job just, really containing this and not letting any big plays happen. I think the biggest play happens about 12 yards, and that was only one time for the Cougars. And here we go. The Bullfrogs try to stand tall.
First down and goal. The ball on the 5-yard line. 1:42 to go before halftime. Handoff right up the middle and all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's Tyreek Lewis. And that makes it 13-6 with the point after to come.
Yeah, and already right now we're seeing chippiness. Number 54 for the Cougars. After the whistle was long blown, Dominic Salazar just comes over and starts pushing on one of the Bullfrogs. The referee comes in quick to break it up, but not before one of the other Bullfrogs, came in and broke it up too. What I love about this Bullfrog team is the class they play with and how they have each other's back. And, even though they want to retaliate like every young man does in this game, they have learned to do this. And right now the Cougars looks like they're going to line up and try to go for two.
You go ahead and make the call. Well, now there's going to be a timeout called by Western Hills. So
yeah, and what looked like there, number 77, and the Cougars came out in a no-huddle set, so they're already set out. And before they got under center, they called a timeout because it looks like they had one too many players on the field. And so they had to burn that timeout.
So with a minute 36 to go here before halftime, 13-6 is our score, and apparently the Western Hills Cougars are going to line up and go for two, Joey.
Yeah, right now we're trying to look for some games. The Carter Riverside and Eastern Hills game in this district will be played. It's actually supposed to be played tonight. Nobody's actually updating that game, so we don't have an update on that game just yet.
Set up in the swinging gate type formation now. Motion across the backfield, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Bullfrog defense stands him up, and it's not going to be successful. So they tried a little razzle, but the dazzle wasn't there. And it's 13-6 Lake Worth with 1:36.
What I like to see about on that play that I don't know if everybody really saw what was happening there. As the quarterback got stood up, he had a lineman came behind him, was really trying to get him to give him the ball. And one of the Bullfrogs wrapped up that lineman as well in that. And when the whistle was blown, that's what you like to see. The Bullfrogs right now, we know they have the capability. We've seen the Bullfrogs score 21 points in a minute and 36 seconds. We've seen this before. Not that they need to score 21 points here, but you would like to see the Bullfrogs put up another 7 to distance that lead and get a little further out going into halftime. So you're going to watch the Bullfrogs come in probably with a little bit quicker play, a little 2-minute action. You're going to see a little bit something that you haven't seen in the first of the game. I'm not Tony Romo. I really can't predict that for you. But I can tell you're going to see something come out here with the Bullfrogs. They have the wind at their back. Coming into the second half, the Cougars will receive.
That's big, critical, too.
It's going to be critical that the Bullfrogs take advantage here and keep it going their way.
Yeah, if they had hit that 2-point conversion, that would have really pumped them.
So last night it seems like Kendall Wildcats played the Diamond Hill Jarvis Eagles, and they beat Diamond Hill as expected 58-0. Dunbar and Castleberry are playing right now. Top of the second quarter, 3-0. Castleberry leads Dunbar.
Really?
That's got to be a ball game right now.
I'll bet. Are they playing at Castleberry?
They are playing. I believe they are playing at Castleberry.
Well, that would be huge. Here's the kick fiddled at the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and brought down at about the 49-yard line. Flag comes flying in late here, though, so it looks like it's
we're seeing what this flag is called. There was a guy that was getting double teamed. Looked like he got a little bit upset on that side down here, and a flag came in. Don't know if it's going to be on the Bullfrogs or on the Cougars. We're going to see here.
And face mask.
They're calling the face mask on the Cougars as he was getting double teamed. He was getting double teamed by the Bullfrogs, and he just really didn't like that situation. So the Bullfrogs right now, 1:27 seconds to go in this first quarter of play. Now, as I said before, you're going to see something different. You're not. You're going to see a lot of the same. Bullfrogs are going to eat up this clock and try to end this half with a touchdown just 32 yards out from their end zone.
And the Bullfrogs have twin receivers stacked on each side. Reese. Well,
he handed off to Damian Moore.
Handed off, and there's a little confusion out there, but quickly Lake Worth getting back to the alignment. That's set up second down, 10 to go. 1:05 to play, clock rolling here. And they have, they're in the 5 wide now, empty backfield. And a penalty flag comes flying in. And let's see, Joey, what is it?
I'm thinking it's going to be offsides on the defense.
Well, there's a discussion. Let's look at the man in the white hat and see what he says. Now he's going over to the far side of the field.
Well, I see that this line judge on this side was talking with Coach Welch, so it looked like it's going to be against the Bullfrogs as they're going to go over there and ask what they want to do, and they are going to mark it. They're going to walk it off, and they're going to now it's going to be second down and 15 for the Bullfrogs. They lost 30 seconds in between those two plays.
Sure did.
Bullfrogs had an opportunity here to see what the middle of the field is wide open. Choo-Choo Meza on a go route or go on a post right here, or Damian Moore both with nobody in the center of the field is.
And there's a 10-second runoff that just took place. That's what the referee was announcing. So there's now 45 seconds to go before halftime. Quick pass, left flat, caught and stopped immediately. Damian Moore with the reception. He was split out here to the near side, and the clock continues to roll as he was stopped inbounds. We're at 25 seconds, third down, 15 to go. Deep drop, screen, pass incomplete as they tried that middle screen.
And it was tipped, and, you see Tyreek Lewis was the one that actually did that. Tyreek Lewis comes in from the offensive side, and he's actually on defense as well. He plays a defensive tackle. Or no, it looks like he plays an end for the Cougars as well.
And that sets up a fourth down and long from the 42-yard line, and Lake Worth is sending the kicking team in, the punt team, with 19 seconds to go. And this may go down in the books as a missed opportunity, Joey.
I think right here, this is going to be a good one right here.
And it's going to roll inside the 10 and be blown dead at the 9-yard line. 7 seconds.
Strategic play there by the Bullfrogs. As you punt that, 19 seconds on the clock when you punt it. The punt didn't stay in the air for 12 seconds. The Bullfrogs let it roll. They didn't touch it to get the referee to blow it dead. They waited until the referee has their certain time limit they have when the ball stops and nobody's going to pick it up to actually blow that dead. So they ended up, the punt probably traveled 2.5, 3 seconds in the air, another second rolling, and the Bullfrogs was allowed to get about 7 seconds from the time it rolled to it stopped to the whistle goes. So Bullfrogs here, maybe they can cause a turnover. Let's see what happens.
And we'll see how the Cougars choose to attack this final 7 seconds of the first half from their own 9. Quarterback rolls right. He's in the end zone now, gets out of the end zone. He's out to the 10 and runs out of bounds at the 18-yard line as time has expired.
Yep, and the Bullfrogs had that great coverage. It would have been awesome to see a safety there. That would have been great to end the half. But the Bullfrogs still lead here 13-6 going into halftime, which is a lot of people are expecting to see something different. But the Western Hill Cougars are showing they're here to play football.
Yeah, Western Hill's really doing a good job containing the Bullfrog offense. Now, you know, that the Western Hills offense, again, it's relying so much on the big man, the big running back, but he's accomplishing 2 things. He's moving the chains, and he is running that clock.
He is. They're running the clock, you know, in a running game. You know, we saw early on the first quarter looked like it was moving really, really quickly. The first quarter was moving super fast, but all of a sudden we saw at the end of that first quarter, we saw it just come to a sluggish pace.
Yep.
Both teams, or taking both teams, Western Hills started trying to throw the ball a little bit, ball incomplete, stopping the clock a whole lot. Unintentional stop the clock, but you know when you incomplete passes, that's what happens.
Right.
And also their quarterback does a great job protecting himself, running out of bounds. So you see that, stopping the clock and different things like that for stop the clock, move the chains, reset the ball, all that good stuff. And we love to see that. And so you know they did a great job. I think it was unintentionally to try to really do that with the clock. I don't think that there didn't look like any strategy to that.
Right.
But that's what happens. And so we sit here. We got 25 minutes to go in this halftime, and the Western Hills Cougars marching band is going to come out and perform, and then the Lake Worth marching band is going to come out and go next.
I'm looking forward to seeing that Lake Worth performance because, you know, they're putting a lot of trophies in that trophy case.
Oh yeah, they are, and it's great to see their show. We're going to actually they're getting ready to go into regionals, and so sometimes we don't want to. I mean, I didn't get any things to say not show their stuff. So what we're going to do here, though, is we're going to go over a couple things before the band comes on, and then we'll come back on and go over a few more things before we come back to the second half. You know, I had asked you. You know, you said you were coming up to broadcast with me, and man, I tell you what, it's a treat, Johnny. It's like the back in the old days, you know.
You bet, man. I'm enjoying it.
The game seems like it's sped up a little bit since the last time you were here.
Yeah, it has. Maybe I've slowed down a couple of steps too, Joey. But you know, I mentioned that they were just about to kick off in that mega matchup, China Spring and Stephenville. And, of course, we're very familiar with that district from 2018 and 2019. But that is so unique to have 2 reigning state champions in the same district.
Yeah, it is crazy to have that. And then not only that whole district, I believe their top set of teams are all in the top 20.
Yeah.
And you see that. So, folks, what we're getting into right now is we're actually getting to talk into the district that, you know, the Bullfrogs, we know they will collide with them one form or another, whatever seed the Bullfrogs are going into that game. We know the Bullfrogs, we have full courage and knowledge of what we've seen throughout the rest of throughout what we've seen throughout the season. It's not going to be easy for the Bullfrogs to finish out this season, the regular season, but we have we believe in them fully that they will finish and be moving on to go to a postseason. I know sometimes when people don't like to talk about that, and you know, commentators curse all that stuff, but we don't believe it's a curse. We believe in looking forward and kind of giving you guys some insight. So we're going to talk a little bit about that district that we're colliding into, and I asked Johnny to do a little homework for us and come here with us. Johnny, let's jump into it.
Well, of course, you've got Stephenville ranked number 1 in the state, undefeated. China Spring has lost one game. They're 7-1. They played a non-UIL team from the Dallas area, one of the parochial schools that is just loaded, and China lost to them. But this game tonight, man, they've been looking forward to it down in Central Texas for a long time. And really, La Vega has kind of ruled the roost down there for several years, and we've seen a whole lot of La Vega. And when I was doing Lampasas broadcasts, they were in our district. So, it's like I moved up here doing the broadcast here, and then, good grief, here comes La Vega in the first round of the playoffs. But you got to talk about the rest of that district too. Alvarado, just right down the road here, is a good team. Alvarado is they're 3-4. La Vega's 4-4, which is highly unusual for that program. Well, they're playing tonight, and the fifth team in that district is open tonight, and that's Life School. Hello. Life School out of Waxahachie. Now, this, more than likely, this game tonight between La Vega, and
is that Life Waxahachie?
Yeah, La Vega and Alvarado will determine third and fourth place seeding in the playoffs out of that district.
Oh yeah.
Of course, the way the playoffs are set up, there's only 16 districts, and Region 1 is 1 through 4. Region 2 is 5 through 8. And, of course, we had a taste of Region 1 the last couple of years. But I say we. I feel like I'm still part of this program.
Oh, very much, very
much.
We're
back home now in Region 2. The problem with 4A Division 1 is Region 1 and Region 2 run all the way from El Paso to Amarillo to almost the Louisiana border, going across the Metroplex. There's just not that many 4A Division 1 teams anymore.
Yeah, and just to give everybody a little bit, when we talk about 4A Division 1, how is that Division 1 term? That Division 1 is decided on by the number of students at that school. So it's not a matter of which teams are better or whatnot like that. It actually rates in that. So when you talk about that rural area that kind of goes from almost border to border, you think in between there's 1As, 2As, high 3As, very few big 5As that are through there.
Right.
But so 4A Division 1 is the biggest school kind of along that path that you see. And used to, before the change of the divisions going, everybody being bumped up one, you think about it, those were all 3A schools.
Yes.
And so you see that now, but with the years back, whenever the division, when it was bumped up and everybody bumped up, and they created the 6As, Super 6As, and all those different divisions. So the Division 1 and Division 2 is by account of schools, and the region is actually region, as it says, the area of the state where you're at. There's 1 through 4 and 5 through 8 in another area. Just trying to give everybody a little clarity. So when we talk about region versus division and what that means, some people just they get caught up on those terms just to let you know what it's at. And right now we're talking about
4A
Region 2.
Region 2, 4A Division 1, Region 2. And there are two other districts in Region 2, Districts 7 and 8. And they come into play because the way the brackets are set up, the winner of District 6, which is our district, plays the fourth place team in District 5 in my district. The winner of that game goes on to face the winner of the second place and third place matchups in District 7 and 8. let me give you some names of some of these schools.
Oh, I'm ready for it. I didn't swallow real hard when I hear these.
In District 7, 4A, Dallas Carter.
Yep.
Salina.
Two.
Wilmer Hutchins.
Yep.
Panther Creek, Ranch View, Dallas Pinkston, and North Dallas. So it has basically somehow Salina got stuck in a Dallas district, basically is what it is. But that's because that's the only 4A D1s over there, because Argyle went up to 5A Division II.
Yep.
And Melissa went up to 5A Division II.
That's right.
And that created a vacuum there, and Salina went south.
And and if you think about Salina, where Salina is actually located, Salina is actually just located in line, kind of in that, in line with where those schools are at, just kind of, a little bit further outside the city limits. We actually have some Lake Worth Bullfrogs that actually live in that area. Amy Hohenbrink, that was really a part of the sprint relay team here, graduating in 2001. Amy Hohenbrink, she lives out there, and her kids go out there. Now I'm the North Texas Rydell rep for U Sports, which is north of Waco, all the way to Oklahoma, all the way to Louisiana, all the way over to New Mexico. And so I get a chance to actually go out and see. Now I'm getting a chance to go out and see these kids in a different capacity with equipment and stuff, and kind of get a chance to have a different view of that. But Salina has been a powerhouse ever since I can ever remember.
That district currently has Salina with 8 state titles, Dallas Carter with 1 state title that was taken away. That's the Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, yes, Odessa Permian.
That was the Friday. That was the year that they won the state championship, but it was stripped because of grade changing. And Wilmer Hutchins won a state championship in 1990. So now, obviously, that was long ago, but especially growing up, somebody coming through in Salina, they're used to seeing nothing but winning football there.
Yeah, that's right. Getting used to seeing nothing but winning football. And Carter has been on a redemption chase for the past 40 years, 30 years, trying to get back, get that rubbed off their name, and try to go chase a state title that they can actually hold on to. And, we have a lot more to talk about when it comes to this. We're going to take a break real quick and watch this band and allow y'all to take a chance and listen to this band. We're going to come right back at you here with some more commentary about the Division 4A Division 1 teams around here, around central or middle to North Texas. We'll be right back at you here in just a few minutes.
And will advance to UIL Area D marching contest on October 29th in Liberty Hill, Texas. Tonight, the Bullfrog Band would like to present their 2022 marching band production, Machines by Jet Chambers. Drum majors, you may take the field for halftime performance.
All right, we're back now. We took us a little voice break, watched a little bit of that band action happen. That was a great job. You know, we're going to jump right back into some of the things we were talking about before, talking about the divisions and regions and kind of where things kind of line up right now. And we were just finishing up talking about that Salina district, how they got thrown in with a bunch of Dallas schools, which is kind of like here, this district, Kennedale gets thrown in with Fort Worth schools and has for a long time. I mentioned this before on the radio station, and I mentioned it on the coaching show. I thought it was really beneficial for the actual district that Lake Worth was in last year. I mean, I'm not trying to take away from anybody in this district, but I really feel like the quality, the quality and grit that was in the district we had last year was a little bit more grittier. But I'm telling you right now, looking at this Cougar game, I was expecting something a little bit different, to be honest with you, starting out, and it's really been quite a bit gritty here. But let's run through the rest of that here. We've got a couple more minutes and run through some of that, Johnny.
Yeah, Joey, we talked about District 7 4A Division 1. Now, District 8 4A Division 1 is basically a new district as well, because that's the district that Melissa and Argyle moved up. And Argyle, by the way, moved up to 5A, and they are undefeated. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's kind of like back when Plano. Now, again, I'm a few years older than you. You know,
just a few.
But I remember when Plano had won high school, and I remember when Plano played in Class A. And every couple of years, sometimes it'd take 4 years, but they'd go up, and they didn't miss a beat.
They didn't. And people, a lot of people wonder why that is. But we talked about a while ago about divisions being about numbers, but so are the classes. They're about numbers in the school. So the football team doesn't change. Only thing that means is they have a wider pool of athletes that they can get their hands on. They have more kids.
Right. The District 8 is composed of Anna, who goes in tonight 7-0.
Woo!
Sulphur Springs is 6-1. Kaufman 5-2. Community, is that Nevada or Nevada? Do they call it? I don't know how if they pronounce it.
It depends on. It's like people saying Buda or Buddha.
Yeah, exactly. 4-3 overall. But in district play, Anna and Sulphur Springs are both 2-0. Kaufman 1-1. Community 1-1. Those are probably going to be the 4 playoff teams. Tonight, Maybank is playing Kaufman. Maybank is 0-2 in district. Paris is playing Sulphur Springs. Paris has not won a game this year. Oh, they've won one game. Anna and Community. So, but that's the interesting thing. That district goes as far east as Paris. And by the way, Sulphur Springs. That reminds me. Got to tell you a little story.
I love stories.
Before I retired from Central Texas College, my territory was Texas and Oklahoma with a little New Mexico thrown in to market our online high school. Well, I was heading out I-30, and I saw this gigantic billboard as I was just about to get to Sulphur Springs. And it said, "Don't miss the glass bathroom at Sulphur Springs." So I said, man, I'm not going to miss that. And Joey, you get into it. You get into it, and it's on in a park downtown, and you can see out.
But nobody can see in.
Apparently not.
Hopefully somebody don't accidentally flip the switch.
But that's my Sulphur. Whoops, I'm trying to roll out of this picture. That's my Sulphur Springs story. Paris, of course, Paris, top of Texas, I mean, just right at the Oklahoma border. So that's when I was saying that this Region 2 goes basically from here all the way almost to Louisiana, but Region 1 and 2 cover, boy, lots of ground. And if you get a chance to check some scores, I'd like to see see if you can find a score on that Stephenville China Spring game, and on that one that I just mentioned.
We're going to look at it real quick here.
Carter and Salina. And
we have the district games pulled up in here. It looks like right now that Waco La Vega game and Alvarado Indians, 1:57 left in the second. It's 0-0. And right now, Stephenville Yellow Jackets and the China Spring Cougars, top of the second. The last report was 7-7.
Wow.
And right now, of course, our score here is 13-6. Bullfrogs leading. Diamond Hill got beat last night by last night. Diamond Hill got beat by Kennedale Wildcats 58-0. And it looks like here nobody's updated that Castleberry Dunbar game, but it's last was reported 3-0 top of the second quarter. So nobody's chimed in about that again. But going on over to that other district there, Carter versus Salina. Salina is winning 7-0. Pinkston and Carrollton Ranchview, they play tonight as well, but nobody's reporting on that game. And then Hutchins, the Eagles, Wilmer Hutchins is beating North Dallas Bulldogs 6-0. Going over to that last one you were talking about, Paris and Sulphur Springs are all locked up at 7 apiece with 9 minutes Last report was 9 minutes, 35 seconds left in the second quarter. Maybank and Kaufman tied up at 7 apiece with last report was 8 minutes and 36 seconds left in the second quarter. And then Anna is leading Nevada, leading them 6-0. 8 seconds left in the second quarter was the last report on that. And then we have one more here. I'm just going to go ahead and time in here because I know a little Tyler Chapel Hill. People like to hear about them. Tyler Chapel Hill versus the Henderson Lions. Tyler Chapel Hill is only leading by 11, 21-10, with 2 minutes left to go in the second. Palestine is Palestine is behind Lindale, 37-16, and Kilgore leads Athens 6-0 at halftime.
And folks, if you're wondering why we're giving you scores from those districts, that's because those districts come into play in the second round of the playoffs. So
here we go, getting ready to get this thing kicked off.
It's
y'all make some noise at home.
13-6, Bullfrogs lead, and they are kicking off now. And here's a high end over ender that is fumbled and back to the 2-yard line. Now has it out to the 10, takes it over to the far side of the field, and he's finally run out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So that was another one of those run 70 and get 17 out of it, but it could have been worse for him.
Great coverage by the Bullfrogs. What I like to see is on the backside, the Cougars ran to the left on the backside. You could see very methodically all the Bullfrogs filling lanes and not allowing for any cutback space there. So the Cougars will start off with not the greatest field position from their own 18. Bullfrogs defense needs to come out fast and swift.
Kenyon Butler in the backfield with Tariq Lewis. He hands off to Lewis. He takes it right up the middle. His between the tackles is where he wants to run, Joey. And, the young man's averaging easily 5 to 6 yards a carry tonight.
He is, and the Bullfrogs really got to get a hold of that and tackle low on him in order to really to wear out those legs and to slow him down. I mean, he's not a fast kid. We haven't seen him get out in space at all, but here we go.
Second down, trips this way, quick pass, left flat, caught, and sidestepping a tackler and all the way outside the 35-yard line goes, so he can get his, I love this little delayed replay. And that was number 11 on the reception. That's Perry Brown, and that sets it up at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, this Cougars offense is lined up heavy on one side and always thrown back to the single receiver side.
Now, 4 wide, handoff, and hit and driven back. Great defensive surge that time by the Bullfrog D.
And I'm looking right here trying to see if what I saw on the side, I did see it. They're making a talk right now. There's a flag on the play. I believe it's going to be holding on the offense.
They will probably decline that one because that
no, they're calling face mask on the defense.
Goodness. Oh, my goodness. So that is going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that one hurts because it's 15 from the previous spot.
Right.
So I'll take them to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that ends up being around a 27, 28-yard difference in the, had it not been called. But first down 10 at midfield. Handoff, that's Lewis. He is off left tackles, and he is carrying would-be tacklers all the way inside the 40-yard line before he's dragged down, and that moves the chains with 10:33 to go here in this third quarter. Lake Worth leading by a score of 13-6. But after taking that opening kickoff in the second half, the Western Hills Cougars are moving it down the field, Joey.
Yeah, Bullfrogs really got to dig their heels in the ground here and stop that load from running.
Twins, keeper all the way, but a quarterback. He is at the 35 to the 30-yard line. So give him, actually they'll mark him down at the 31. Give him a pickup of 7 on the play, second down, and 3 to go. And again, that, boy, I tell you.
Yeah, they come out. They're coming out in attack mode right here. They feel like they can push the Bullfrog defense back and get themselves into a position to try to tie this thing up.
Butler has twins. High snap, rolls all the way inside Bullfrog territory. The ball's on the ground, and Butler covers it up at the 41-yard line. And they're saying roll the clock, as is, and this is where it eats up a lot of clock, Joey, because
resetting.
Yeah, everybody is resetting all the way back to the 41.
That ended up being a 21-yard loss, which really helped the Bullfrogs out after that face mask penalty. The Cougars got a lot to overcome in this series now.
Third down and a mile. Quarterback draw. He's outside of the 45, midfield, and out of bounds at the Bullfrog 47. So that is going to set up a fourth down, and it looks like about 17 for a first down.
Speaking of 17, that was number 17, Anthony Garcia, on the track down there, as he was able to make his way across and tackle down 14, Keon Butler for the Cougars. The Bullfrog defense right now, there's a little bit of over pursuit that you're seeing in that situation, and Butler's taking advantage of that every single time. The Bullfrogs really just got to get back in the saddle, settle down, and get back in there and do what they do best, and that's clogging holes and making tackles. And know that the turnover, getting somebody to punt on a fourth down is just as good as a turnover for the most part.
And you talk about using the clock. Western Hills ran the play clock down to 1 and called a timeout.
Actually, they got flagged for a delay of game.
They did get delay, okay.
They didn't get the timeout in time, so
wow.
Bullfrogs benefit again.
They do, and single receiver for that punt is going to be standing back around his 20-yard line.
Damian Moore back deep.
High snap again, and he's going to run it down at the 25, evades one tackler, gets a block, and he's dragged down at and there's a flag back here. We'll see what that's going to be. The flag at the 34-yard line. The point of the tackle was at the 37. So
yeah, wow. and I think the play here that's going to be called is going to be against the Cougars because of it's a hard thing to talk about. We're going to let them call it out. But what I saw was when he started running, one of the Cougars came back and blocked back towards the play, which we know is illegal now, which is considered, old times called. Yeah, there
blindside
it is.
block.
They call it a blindside now. If it was in the line of play, you used to call it a crack block or on a kickoff, a blindside, trying to give somebody the chin music. He didn't aggressively do the block, but the referees did what the rules say now. You cannot block back against the grain of the play.
Now, Coach Welch is out on the field at the numbers talking to the referee. He wants a little clarification on exactly where this ball is going to be spotted.
Yeah, so he's wanting to know where they're going to mark this play off of, if they're going to, because he doesn't know yet whether. The Bullfrogs are going to take the ball here, no doubt about it.
Yes, yeah, it's they'll take it. They'll take the play as stands with the ball at the 37-yard line, setting up fourth down, and I can't add that high.
Oh, no, I think he's going to – Coach Welch, the ball comes flying in. Coach Welch is going to decline and take the ball where the tackle happened. Yeah. And Bullfrogs will get great field position for this first possession of theirs in this play. This is what I was talking about, the defense. Continue to stay in there, play hard, and it just showed that he declined that penalty. But get in there and play hard. Let them make their mistakes and try to get them to punt down 3 and out. That's where you want to be at.
The Bullfrogs have the ball at the 37. That was a fourth down. That was the punt. The alleged punt, the snap went over his head. So, Lake Worth in great position here.
And where is, this is the thing I'm going to get in here and say this. Everybody's watching it from home. But the taunting that just happened in every other game this season was a flag. The fact that after the whistle was blown, the players separated, and the defender came and approached the running back again to get in his face and talk trash. But Western Hills, my hat's off to them. They did the right thing. They immediately pulled the player off of the field to sit him down and let him cool down. That was a great job by the coaching staff there.
Offset out of the backfield, handoff coming this way, about a 6-yard gain for Damian Moore.
And they're really trying to hold Damian Moore up and trying to strip the ball from him here. You're seeing it happen. So, there's some of these moments that become dangerous for a running back. You're trying to get all you can and trying to dig it all out. But the longer you stay up, more guys around trying to strip the ball away from you. Great job by Damian Moore picking up the yards. And Bullfrogs, 3rd down and 3 to go.
3rd down 3, 6:30 to play here in this third quarter. Bullfrogs with a scoring opportunity, but they need to keep this drive going. And the handoff right up the middle, and Moore dives to the 15, call it the 16-yard line for a first down.
Damian Moore got a chance to come out and show some more of his athleticism as he comes out and does a little horse dressage jump over one of the players there. I wouldn't exactly call it a hurdle. He got over the top of him and made his way forward. 1st and 10 for the Bullfrogs from the Cougars 16-yard line.
Joe, you're using those big fancy words on me, man. I thought, never mind. First down, 10 to go, ball at the 16. And motion across the backfield, fakes. Now on the counter, coming this way, walking into the end zone. Moore for the touchdown. Boy, they set that up beautifully with the flanker coming in and the play action fake to him. And off the backside of that, boy, Moore busted wide open.
For Chris McMullen out there, give me more. Hey, Bullfrogs now extend their lead 19-6, 5:49 left to go in this third quarter of play. Here we go. Bullfrogs line up a little swing and gate action this time. Now they settle down, get back in their normal formation. You'll watch for the double clutch here as the Cougars look eager to try to get across, and they do. And it looks like they're going to throw the flag there, and it's going to be on the defense. Encroachment. And here we go. The Bullfrogs are going to come in. They're going to come in and take advantage of that half the distance to the goal here.
And they're going to go for the 2-point conversion once again. And again, that's the old up and down. Thank goodness, we've got video of this now. Back when we were just doing it on the radio, we'd talk about it. And
everybody could, what's a double clutch?
What are they talking about? Now they can actually see it. They just had to look at us.
Yeah, Life with Jonathan. I was talking about Amy Holmbrink earlier, living in Salina. Jonathan Holmbrink's tuning in, her younger brother all the way from Rockport. Thanks for joining in. Here we go. Bullfrogs lined up, trying to set up this 2-point conversion. Takes a snap. Quarterback keeper. Dante Reese goes in, and the Bullfrogs extend this one now to 21-6 over the Cougars. Clock didn't move at all on that one. 5:49 left to go in the third quarter of play. You're listening to Joey Wilcox and Johnny Wheeler with Chuck Cormier behind the camera on Bullfrog Radio.
Waiting.
So it looks like there was a sportsmanlike conduct it looks like on both teams.
Offsetting, yes.
Offsetting, but they give the warning. It's their first. Why do they do that? You ask at home? Well, here, I'll tell you why. The referees have to mark it down. If you were able to see on the screen, there was one referee before panned away that's actually writing these down to really strengthen the game of football. So it was on 77 Espinoza, the Bullfrogs, and 72 Deshaun Hawkins of the Cougars. But they make note of that to strengthen the game of football. We like to keep the sportsmanship at the highest competitive level. And so in doing that, we like to try to make sure in the rules that have really cracked down on those unsportsmanlikes.
And if they get a second one in the game, they're ejected.
Oh, yeah.
So that's that's the whole point of documenting it. 5:49 to play here in the third quarter. Bullfrogs up now 21-6, and the wind has actually picked up a little. The flags are really almost straight out over there on the far side. Here we go. Long line drive kick that is going to hit and go out of bounds. So that will
put him on the 25-yard line.
25 or 30. I can't keep
Actually,
up.
it's a 30. Touchback is a 25.
Yeah.
The penalty takes it up 4 or 5 more yards to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, a touchback is the 20, but a fair catch inside the 20 takes it to the 25. And I don't know who makes up all these rules, but they make it really hard on broadcasters.
Yeah, they do. You know, we just get 25, 30, 35. Ball plays on 30. Here we go. You know. Yeah, Jeremiah, the Bullfrog over here looking at us wide-eyed, looking at us like, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah, no kidding. All right, back to play. First down, 10 to go. Ball at the 30-yard line. Cougars with the ball. Handoff and slicing outside and trying to cut it up. But, boy, good defensive play there by number 54, James Bess, and Klubu on the play as well, as boy, they pulled down that load of a running back, Lewis, and he still got 3 yards, Joey.
Yeah, I tell you what, the kid's a load.
Really is. Second down, 7 to go, 5:15 to go in this third quarter. Twins now motion across the backfield, and he fakes it to the motion man, and now a keeper up the middle, and he is going to clear for about a 10-yard gain and stop the clock while they move the chains. New set of downs coming at the 43 in Western Hills territory.
And Klubu was right there close. It was a botched play. Quarterback mishandled the ball, and he was right there for the tackle. And as the quarterback botched the play, the quarterback ended up keeping it. Klubu just couldn't get his hands wrapped around him fast enough before he just squirted forward. I mean, that was a quick 10 yards.
4:45, clock rolling in the third quarter. First and 10 at the 42. And quarterback reverses his field. Now he reverses again. He's back to his 38. And now a flag, I think I saw come flying in there, Joey, or was it just something from the sideline?
No, it looked like it was a flag that came flying in.
Yeah, it did. Whoever threw it's got a good arm.
Yeah, you're going to see what it's called. What's going to be called here as they come out and talk to as the judge comes out and talks to the white hat. You know, what's great there is the Bullfrogs continued to pursue and to go after it. And really, honestly, the Cougars didn't know who to block. And again, on that play, on that chase down, was that guy, we mentioned his name a lot tonight, Damian Hopkins. He had illegal hands in the face by the defense and holding by the offense, offsetting penalties. Unfortunately for the Bullfrogs there, because that would have been a great play for a huge loss of yardage. But we'll line it back up and do it again. You can see right now the play's getting a little bit chippier.
Yeah, it
is.
And
both teams are popping on all cylinders right now.
Clock rolling, 4:20 to play in this third quarter. Handoff, Lewis takes it to the left side, and he is met by a host of Bullfrogs there. And they'll hold him to about a 4-yard gain, 3-yard gain, it looks like.
Yeah, and that's him right there. And the Bullfrogs right there really taking that hole, closing it up, and moving towards the direction he's going is really stalling out Lewis when it comes to that. He's still able to peel out 3 yards, but he's not hitting that 5 to 6 yards that he was a little bit earlier. So it's good to see we're getting some traction there with slowing down just a little bit and moving forward.
Yeah, the pursuit is doing a much better job of getting to him now. And there's going to be timeout called, timeout on the field. And since it came from the far side, it's a timeout by Western Hill. Joey, got a story to you.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's hear it. Since we don't do commercials, I got to thinking back about that extra point try and, do the up, down, and do it again. I remember a game here. We were playing Kennedale, and Kennedale had scored a couple of times, and then we scored right before the end of the half to cut it. It was really pretty close right then, and we no, they scored. Anyway, Kennedale changed. They sent some change. They lined up in the swing gate, then decided to kick. So they sent a gaggle in to replace, and we got to make our defensive replacements. And the big old boy was a really large, and took forever to get out there. I'll tell you. And boy, good job again on pursuit by the defense. But it ended up that Kennedale got charged delay of game because in that situation
they have to allow for the sub.
You have to allow for the sub, and the play clock was already running, and he wasn't the speediest thing.
Oh yeah,
that night.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was really kind of humorous. Okay,
that last play, the Bullfrogs held them to no gain, and we have 3rd down and 7 for the Cougars.
And quarterback drops back, looking deep. Now floats one over in the right flat, way too tall.
Oh, my goodness. If Damian Moore a half step quicker, that would have been pick 6 to the house as the pass was intended for number 5, Demore Hornsby, and Damian Hopkins was coming downhill quick.
Yeah, he really was. 4th down. 4th down, 7 to go. The ball at the 45-yard line, in the Cougars into the field, and the punt team is in. High snap once again. It's back to the 25. Now he scrambles out to the 30, 35, still running, coming back this way, and now they're going to wrap him up at the 37-yard line, and that is where Lake Worth will take over. So mistakes in the kicking game have really
that deep snapper has caused some issues for the Cougars, and the Bullfrogs are looking to take advantage again of a botched deep snap.
Yep.
It looks like there was a flag on the play as the white hat comes out.
And
looks like it was on the Cougars.
Crackback block was declined, and therefore Lake Worth takes over at the 38-yard line in Western Hills into the field. 2:42 to play here in this 3rd quarter. Lake Worth leading 21-6, and again a great opportunity to increase that lead.
Quick update: the Fort Dunbar and River Oaks Castleberry Lions. Dunbar is now taking the lead 14-9.
All right. And taking around the right side, 5 yards, and give him 10. Nice carry by Dante Reese.
Wow, I know y'all saw that coming out of the backfield. Damian Hopkins came across and laid a monster hit on the DB, what really gave Reese a wider sideline to continue that run. What a great block by Damian Hopkins and a great finish by Dante Reese.
Hopkins coming over to the sideline now. And, man, I'll tell you, he laid one out right there. 1st down, 10 to go, ball at the 27-yard line, we'll call it. And on the crossing action in the backfield, the handoff to Moore. And they ran the little counter.
Oh, there it is. It's already after halftime. I don't need any mustard on the lettuce, but it's out there. It's in the backfield, so we're going to see what we got here.
Clock stopped, 2:21 to play here in this 3rd quarter.
Holding called on the offense. Maybe mark it off and replay the down.
So that is going to move them back 10 and leave the down marker at 1. Now 1st down, 20 to go.
I got an update for y'all. We were in the last district with Springtown And we played Decatur too, and we beat the brakes off of Springtown, and turned around the next week and got beat by Decatur. Decatur's blowing out Springtown right now, 40-6.
Wow.
Reese fakes the handoff, gets around on the left-hand side, breaks one tackle, breaks two tackles, breaks the third tackle. He's still on his feet, making a run for it. Finally gets brought down after gaining back some much-needed yards for the Bullfrog. It looked like a total of a gain of about 16 on the play, but
boy, looking at this replay, man, he broke 3 tackles right as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Just amazing.
1 tackle, 2 tackle, 3 tackle, 4, 5 tackle, 6 tackle, give me some more.
Second down, 4 to go, 1:35, clock rolling in this third quarter. Bullfrogs send twins to the two receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, motion this way, and the carry by the quarterback Moore, and rather Dante Reese, and he just dragged a defender with him.
Gain of I'd give him about 5 or 6 in the play, enough for the first down. Bullfrogs keep this thing rolling.
I give him 6 after contact on that one.
That's you'd have to say that. He met contact at half a yard in the backfield, and man, he just shrugged him off.
We're moving inside 1 minute to go here in this third quarter. 21-6 the score. Bullfrogs looking for more on the 15-yard line. First down and 10. And Reese inside handoff, and that's Moore. He's to the 10, the 5, to the corner. Touchdown, Damian Moore.
And a flag comes in late.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to see what happens here. I don't know who it was on, but it looks like Espinoza got his helmet ripped off, and the referee's pointing over at the Cougars. So we're going to see what happens here.
And, that's –
oh, and the Bullfrogs are clapping. They can hear what's going on, so they're clapping to see what happens.
And that's one of those situations where he won't have to set out a play because his headgear was ripped off of his head.
Oh, and that was Espinoza and 77 for the Bullfrogs and 72 Deshaun Hawkins for the Cougars were both had the unsportsmanlike conduct earlier. Really been battling out all night, and it looks like Hawkins got called for his second personal foul and is ejected out of the game. The Bullfrogs will count that score, and they will get half the distance to the goal on the point after.
Wow.
Actually, they don't. They don't get the point after. It's actually because it doesn't advance for a score. You actually go to the kickoff.
Yes, yeah, and they're in the swinging gate once again, lined up that way. We'll see if they run a play or come on in and draw them offside again.
And they return to their normal formation.
And everybody stayed home on that one. And the kick is on the way and on the scoreboard.
And Polito just hammered the end zone camera. I mean, that thing almost turned over. They had to grab it real quick.
Oh my goodness!
Up at the top of that tripod out there. Bullfrogs, 47 seconds left to go in this third quarter. The Bullfrogs extend their lead, 28-6 over the Cougars. And that last series resulted in an ejected player and 7 points for the Bullfrogs.
Yes, sir. So Bullfrogs will kick off once again. 28-6 is our score. And, they've gotten a short field twice here in this third quarter due to the bad snaps.
Yeah.
And capitalized on it both times.
Exactly. And, we talked about it before the game. It comes in, these mistakes that happen can be detrimental, and not just the little small 5 and 10-yard penalties, but those big snaps that happen back-to-back series for the Cougars completely, just kind of rip the rug out from underneath them
Well, and of course, one of them was on an offensive play too. Over the quarterback's head, and they are kicking off from the Cougars' 45-yard line. Onside kick, high bounce, and covered up nicely by number 25, Elijah Jones, as that one took the magic hop that you're looking for, hop like Jeremiah, yes, and but it didn't go high enough, and the young man was able to.
Yeah, it didn't take your real pop bounce that was there.
Right.
That would have. It seemed like it would have been on the next hop, but I mean, it was a good onside attempt. In that play, on the thing that was forgot to have happen in that play is for somebody to actually hit that guy off the get-go. But here we go. Cougars back to play. 3 out to the left, 2 out to the right. Back deep in the snap. Butler trying to scramble out, trying to look downfield. He's calling for his guys to move. Oh, the pass was intended for number 8, Kareem Williams, as he was calling for him to adjust his route. Bullfrogs maintained great pressure as they were tracking him down on that side of the field, tracking him down over there. It looked like it was Brian Neal trying to get down there along with Bess, getting out there in front.
Go ahead and close out the quarter, Joey.
All right. 36 seconds left to go. Cougars line up, same formation, 3 out to the left, 2 out to the right, empty backfield. Butler all alone. Takes his snap. He's dropping back for a pass, trying to see if he can get outside. He pulled the ball down. Threw the ball out as he was getting tackled by Hornell Klubu to save himself from getting sacked. Threw the ball into just a green pasture, and it brings up 4th down for the Cougars.
Yeah, he picked the right place to throw that ball because there were 5 Lake Worth defenders in a circle around the spot where that ball landed out of their reach.
Oh, yeah. And right there, I know – Gage McIntyre was looking like, oh, I thought there was somebody else there. But anyways, I misspoke. We're a 3rd down and 10 to go. 27 seconds left to go. Line up this time 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Butler all alone in the backfield. Calls for the snap, dropping back. Flag was blown. And we're going to see what the call is.
And let's see.
Delay a game. Took too long. The penalties are racking up for the Cougars.
Yeah, they are. And, they're
going to go back into that same formation here, Johnny.
Yeah, they are with the empty backfield. And this is now a good snap that time. And quarterback rolls right. Fires a pass that is, a nice diving catch, but he was out of bounds. But he made a nice play on that ball.
Yeah, and you hate to see when games start to get chippy. I mean, it was a great job diving and trying to keep his toes in.
I don't know why the clock is still running. That was an incomplete pass. It came at about the 10-second mark. So I'm sure though.
Yeah. Coach Welch is down there letting them know, hey. 4th down. 4th down. Because we're right now, why this is important, let me tell y'all why this is important to get those 10 seconds back. Mm-hmm. Really why it's getting the 10 seconds back. It's going to make Western Hills punt into the wind. That's the big deal why you want them to have to punt this ball, is the wind has picked up a little bit.
Well, they put 5 on. That'll do. That's a snap. That's all it takes.
And here we go. They're going to back deep for the Bullfrogs. Is Damian Moore. Big high lollipop snap. The ball goes up. Oh, and the wind catches it, and it's going to roll. It's going to roll for the Cougars right just on the other side of the 45-yard line. It'll be Bullfrogs' ball from their own 45-yard line.
You feel that little gust of wind that came in the press box right then?
Oh, yeah.
That was perfect time for the Bullfrogs.
Oh yeah, you needed that. I've talked about this before in our show before. I've talked about this before, and in multiple years, even when you and I were here talking, and up until just last year, I hadn't seen a punter really get back into punting spirals. Everybody wants to know, well, the end over end kick rolls more, all that stuff. Yes, but if you kick a spiral into the wind, you'll cut that wind and that ball will travel how you want it to travel. Kicking those mollywop balls out there catches all of the wind, and that ball just stood up and landed. Luckily for the Cougars, the ball rolled in their favor, but it didn't. I mean, still it ended up being only being about a 20-yard punt, 25-yard punt, which you'd like to see in any punt game, 40-plus every time.
Oh, yeah.
But here we go. Bullfrogs with the flip of the field. Bullfrogs be going the direction the Cougars were a while ago. Top of the fourth quarter, Bullfrogs lead 28-6.
And now they are lined up, and again they have the double stack wide receivers split way out left and right. Reese, quick drop, going deep. He's got a receiver wide open at the 10-5, touchdown. Once again, number 7, Damian Moore.
There we go.
Man, he does everything.
Yeah, the Bullfrogs have baited this all game long. And the thing about it is, when you have a strong running game, you can really control the clock, ground and pound, get your yards, get your touchdowns, and then come out, you take advantage. You think getting in the wind, first thing Cougars are going to think, Bullfrogs going to keep running the ball. First thing they do, they pull the guts out, and they throw the ball deep down the field. And man, what a play called by Raines from the box, and great job Bullfrogs. Immediately just want to rip the rug out from underneath this thing. Bullfrogs extend the lead 34-6. Here we are for the point after. Polito lines up, McAnally to hold, kick goes up, extra point is good.
Boy, that didn't take long.
That didn't take long at all. 5 seconds off the clock.
5 seconds off the clock, and it's 35-6. Bullfrogs. Okay, during the break, got to talk a little fantasy football.
Now,
let me tell you, Damian Moore is my idea of Deebo Samuel.
I hear you. Okay.
Damian does everything Deebo does. You line him up anywhere.
Yep.
I do have Deebo on one of my teams.
On one of your teams.
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
But did you hear the trade that was announced today?
What was that?
McCaffrey to San Francisco.
Ooh. And the plot thickens.
They gave up second round, third round, fourth round, 23, and fifth round, 24 for him. But the reason I say that is going to put Deebo Samuel back into more of a traditional wide receiver slot.
That's right. It is. That's dangerous.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I want Deebo to run the ball. So.
I hear you.
Oh, go ahead.
Here we go. Polito to kick into the wind. The ball up there, it just hangs up there. A big pooch kick. He's gonna go try to bring down on it, and he skirts by Hornell Klubo, but is met by number 24, Xavier Madrano by the Bullfrogs. He carries forward for a few more yards. A decent return on that by the Cougars. Give him about 14 on the return. Cougars will start this drive off from their own 47-yard line.
So good field position for this possession as we're in the final quarter, 11:47 to go in this one, 35-6. Lake Worth has expanded its lead here in the third quarter and in the first play of the fourth quarter. Here we go. Quarterback steps up in the pocket. He's going deep and overthrows everybody around the 10-yard line as he tried to hit Garrett down there.
Looking at Butler on that pass there and seeing his height and his stature, it seems like Butler has all the it factors of a quarterback. It seems like he just doesn't really have a receiving core. He just had to throw that one away. There was nobody to get over it. It's either a combination of that but really I'm going to credit to the Bullfrog secondary. That would be considered a coverage right there. He had nowhere to throw it. Here we go, Johnny.
Butler brings him to the line with twins. Butler, handoff. Lewis powers his way for about 5 yards at the Lake Worth 48, bringing up third down.
Quick update for you. You ready for it?
Yes, sir.
China Springs leads Stephenville 21-7.
Not surprised at all.
At halftime.
Not surprised. Third down, 5 to go. We're approaching the 11-minute mark of this one. And, Western Hills needs to convert here. Butler, keeper, and his head is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him, they're going to say he reached the line of scrimmage. He was brought down back inside his territory.
We haven't got a chance to mention his name much tonight, although he's been in a lot of the action, just not in a solo status. But that right there was a stand-up by number 45, Marcus Bryan, in there playing. He's in there playing fourth down. Get back to play. Fourth down for the Cougars. Twins out. Lewis in the back with Butler. Butler fakes, pumps out to the right. He's getting pressure. He throws the ball up. It's just up in the air. And the pass is incomplete.
And that was a good non-interception. That ball could have been picked off, but he would have stepped out of bounds a second after he made the play.
Yeah, and we know Cornell Avington loves interceptions, but that was a great heads-up play.
Yes, it was.
Just to knock it down. A great job there. But getting back to that previous play, Marcus Bryan came in, which would cause that fourth down. Marcus Bryan came in playing defensive tackle right now, came in and stopped Butler from evading, and then Hornell Klubu came in with a hammer shot on Butler, and that try for a throw it up and toss it up in there didn't turn out for the Cougars. Now Bullfrogs had the ball, good field position on their own 48-yard line.
And Dante Reese lines up under center this time, offset eye. Toss right up the middle, a big yardage inside the 40, inside the 35 goes that man Moore.
And they're going to give him forward progress quite a bit there. And it looks like the yardage gained on that is about 17 yards. Give him 18 on the play. Be a first down for the Bullfrogs. And, Damian Moore right now is pressing a 200-yard night easily.
The offensive line is providing the spark that started this fire. And, Bullfrogs again trying to capitalize on it. They flip tight end over to the right side. Once again, it's Moore. He's to the 30-yard line and pulled down around the 28.
See where they mark him at. Looks like they're going to give him about 6 on the play. Actually, give him 5 on it, right in the middle there.
And this is how the game has changed over the years. When I was playing and in early broadcasting time, a toss sweep, you're thinking about pitching it out 8 yards, to your running back. The toss sweeps here are designed to run right up the middle behind that big middle of that line. And on the keeper, Reese.
Yeah, Reese
at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, with a great gain there. He had it. What's great about it is watching him back a little bit on the delay here. He had a choice to kind of choose where he wanted to go there. He had blockers out in front of him, paving the way. Really, the Bullfrog, give them kudos to tonight's spread in the score and what's going to go on to be a victory tonight. Is big kudos to the offensive line for getting a good push off the line, opening holes and making a way for Reese and for Moore to kind of just have their way all night long.
8 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Ball at the 20, 1st and 10. Hand off to the up back this time.
Cash Martinez, number 28.
Martinez, I think he was at an H-back and picked up maybe a yard. Oh, my goodness, Joey. You are giving him 3, and you're right again. That's that's the favorite thing that Felita likes to hear is "You're right again, Felita."
I think all wives like to hear that.
Yes, yeah, you're right again, Joey. Second down and 7.5 minutes, clock rolling. Reese under center this time rather, and handoff outside. Moore bounces outside to the 15, to the 10, and inside the 5-yard line. Well, now this linesman says
he's waiting for the call across the field.
It's going to be at the 6. It's going to set up well, now they're going to the 5. I was right after all. My goodness.
Johnny, you were right for the first
time. First time. First down and goal to go. Clock rolls inside 7 minutes in this one. And the Bullfrogs looking to pad that advantage, which is now 35-6. Reese with the snap. And handoff Moore right up the middle and waltzes into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't know how to count it, how many touchdowns Damian Moore has tonight, but he has pretty much all of them. I think that's where we're sitting at with it. Score right now, Bullfrogs line up for a point after, 41-6. 6:39 left to go in this ball game. And, coming in tonight's ball game, the Cougars had been averaging 30 plus to 40 points a game with a couple of games in there over 50. And tonight, the Bullfrogs, it's not over yet, but they're looking to try to leave. They're trying to looks like the extra point is good by Polito, extend the score one more point, 42-6. And the Bullfrogs are really defense. I know they don't want to allow any more than that 6 points on the scoreboard. And if that stays true, the Bullfrogs will be 5-0 in district and only allowing 15 points.
That is impressive. I had to look at that 3 times yesterday when I was pulling my notes off of the internet, and I said, holy cow, 15 points. And that's just remarkable. And okay, I made a mistake. Okay, so that's going to wipe out me being right one time. In my little pregame intro that I did, that I usually like to do about 45 minutes before game time, I said that Lake Worth beat Kennedale 7-3, and it was 10-3.
It was 10-3.
I stole 3 points from Lake Worth.
Johnny, I don't know if you heard me on the broadcast, but that was the most tense game I've called.
Oh yeah.
In these 5 years, that was super intense.
Kick is bobbled, but now picked up by the return man. Boy, that's a block in the back.
No, he got his shoulder on there.
Did he get in front? Okay.
He got his shoulder there, and it was pushed arms extension, so it wasn't like a helmet contact or anything. I thought I would possibly see a flag come in just because of the way where the block was made behind the run and still through, but it was I think it was a good no call there. We still like to see football.
Oh yeah. Talking about games like that, you're going to remember that Kennedale game the rest of your life. That's I'll tell you in a minute here when we get a break. I have one that was sort of like that. Ball at the 32, first down, 10 to go, 6:27 to go in the ball game. Quick pass out here on the near side. That is caught and wrapped up immediately. Perry Brown with the catch. And it's going to go for about a 6-yard gain, I do believe.
In just a couple of seconds more, that whistle would have been blown. The Bullfrogs actually stripped that. And so, man, it's crazy.
Second down, 4 yards to go. Clock rolls inside, 6 minutes to play in this one. Ball at the 38-yard line. And flanker around tries to cut it back. And he is brought down for a short gain. Give him maybe 2 on the play. Setting up, let's see where they're going to actually, it's out there pretty close to the marker. Let's see if this is a right foot or left foot. Okay, it's a left foot, so they gave him a first down.
Quick update in 4A Division 1, Region 2, District 6, where we're at right now. Carter Riverside Eagles all tied up at halftime was the last report with Eastern Hill 14-14.
All right, and now there's a pass that is.
They're going to say it was completed.
Well, he looked like he was. Actually, he was. Yeah, it is completed. Good grief, boy! Nice play over there on the far sideline.
9-yard play.
We've got a firefly infestation over there in the visiting stands. Oh, those are cell phones. I'm sorry. That's right. I come from the old firefly generation.
Another update, Dunbar Wildcats have taken over the lead over the Castleberry Lions 20-9.
Boy.
Looks like there was on that pass, there was actually a flag on the play, holding called on Western Hills, and they'll bring that all the way back. And that looked to be the longest completion of the night for Butler, but that one gets erased off the books.
So it is first down and 20. Quarterback rolls right. Now he is going to take it out of bounds around the 41-yard line. Picked up, give him a gain of about 6, I think it's 7 on the play. Second down and 13. And the clock continues to roll. Apparently they ruled that he gave himself up before he went out of bounds. 4:40 and counting here in this fourth quarter. Second down. And Butler, deep drop, going across the middle. Nicely pulled in by number 3, Parker Garrett. As that was a very well executed play, Joey.
It was very well covered up too by Gage McInally. It was right there on the play. They just happened to get that little hook right there in the middle, a little curl right in the middle of the field in the open space, and McInally was right there to make the tackle.
Third down, a long 3, and hand off to Hill, and he's going to bring it back this way. Stiff arms one man, stiff arms another man, fights for yardage. They're going to say keep the clock rolling, and I'm not sure where they're going to mark him.
A yard short. He's calling fourth down from this line judge over here. He played around too much and didn't do that barrel forward like he normally does, and he wanted to try to do a little Marshawn Lynch, little stiff arm out there, and didn't get enough for the fourth. So what's going to happen here? They're going to give it to him to barrel forward. They're going to let Butler try to quarterback keep. Earlier, the Bullfrogs had an opportunity and almost kept Butler from getting the first down. He got it by an inch, and so let's see what happens here.
I'd pound that thing right up the middle with that guy. But that's just me. Here we go, 4th and 1, and he slices off right tackle and picks up good yardage. As that play started out inside, and then he saw some daylight around right end and moved the chains. 3 minutes to go in this one when they get the chains set. 42-6 our score, Lake Worth in the lead, and driving now into Lake Worth territory on the 36, the Western Hills Cougars, trying to put some points on the board. Deep drop, going deep, got a man, and overthrew him by about 2 steps. As once again he had Parker Garrett out there throwing into double coverage, but it was too far in front of him. What you got there, Joey?
Yeah, we're just looking up here trying to catch some of these updates. Stephenville has lessened their deficit. 21-14, China Springs still lead. 3:14 left to go in the third quarter is the last report. La Vega Pirates over Alvarado, 7-0, third quarter, 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Carter Riverside and Eastern Hills locked up at 14 at halftime. Dunbar still leads 20-9 over Castleberry.
2:44 to go.
Butler pulls it down, carries forward, and he's just trying to do what he can. He's trying to really put his team on his back and get him going. I love seeing good sportsmanship
That
there.
really
as
was.
Brian Neal picks, helps Butler up off his back after tackling him down. I see that. I'd like to mention the class that the Bullfrogs play with. It's hard as a young man to be highly competitive and be, really grit and then pick them up.
Then Butler went back and patted him on the shoulder pad too.
That's always good to see return.
Really good. Third down, 2 yards to go. We're inside 2 minutes to go in this one. And sweeping right and being stood up at the line of scrimmage and getting nothing is Tariq Lewis. So that's going to bring up a 4th down as the clock rolls, 1:50 to go in this one.
He got stood up, and the senior, number 15, Diego Valenzuela, came in and just dropped the hammer and said, let's get him on the ground.
4th down, 2 yards to go, 1:35 to go in the ball game. Butler handoff Lewis, and he powers his way for about a 7-yard gain and a 1st down at the Bullfrog 21. That stops the clock at 1:24. Well, it never didn't stop. I guess they got it set real fast. But clock rolling down to 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. New set of downs. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Cougars trying to put something on the board here at the end of this one. And, boy, great pass rush by
Brian Neal. Finally gets him a sack in this game. Him and the other bookie and Hornell Klubu, they have been fighting. They've been double-teamed all night long trying to get to Butler, and finally Brian Neal gets him a sack there. I know he's going to enjoy that because they've been fighting all night long trying to get back there.
2nd down and about 19 to go for a 1st down. 25 seconds to go in the ball game. And handoff Lewis, and he is hit low, as Joey has been saying.
Actually, they retired Lewis a second ago. That
Okay.
26 and 28 look a lot
They
alike.
do. Yeah.
They retired Lewis a little bit ago, a couple plays ago. That was D'Anton Davis on the carry. Butler looking to try to do it himself here, trying to get outside. He's trying to run down the sidelines.
And time has expired.
And that is the ball game, folks. You're right, it has expired. The Bullfrogs and the Cougars will make their way to the 50-yard line to shake this up and call it a ball game. Bullfrogs now 5-0 in district. They are 7-1.
7-1 on the season.
7-1 on the season.
With Dunbar on deck.
And speaking of Dunbar right now, the latest update on the Dunbar game, they have extended their lead and look like they're trying to separate themselves as they extend their lead 28-9 over Castleberry. Last report was given 7 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in that ball game.
Well, that's I'm not really surprised to hear that. I was expecting Dunbar to win, to have a wider margin in that game. But, that's it'll be interesting to put everything in the puzzle machine and see what comes out after tonight's games and see where teams are in the standings now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I can tell you right now, with Dunbar, with the score they currently have right now, they've pushed themselves well over and close to the 230-point range for points for this season. I believe in their overall season, and so you can definitely tell they can score the ball. But coming in tonight, so could Western Hills Cougars and the Bullfrog defense. Although they may not have started out as fast as a fan would like to see, they did stand tall and they picked up the pace there in the second half, causing a little, I'd call it a little bit of nerves for the Cougars to really kind of collapse there in the second half.
Right.
With the snaps over the quarterback's head, the snaps over the punter's head a couple times, really resulted in a to me, a defensive control, and when they took that control, although the Cougars felt like they had glimmers of light there with Butler and Lewis really carrying the load for the Cougars, the Bullfrog defense really made sure that although Cougars were able to chip away a little bit here and there, a little bit there, the Bullfrogs really, though, by the score that's up on the board, the defense did their job, and likewise on the offensive side as well.
Yeah, they really did. It was really the first quarter and really the first half was really more feeling each other's offense and defense out and seeing, finding out what you could exploit. And boy, in the second half, that's when the Bullfrogs cranked it up.
Oh, yeah. I see old Joe McDaniel down here. He's kind of grabbing his head like he was a little bit nervous at some point in time with the way the defense had started out a little bit. But I tell you what, the defense really came out here so tall. Defense has only allowed 15 points against this entire district time. That's including the game against Kennedale where they only allowed 3. So, yep. I mean, really honestly, what does Cougars have to take away from this game? They scored more against the Bullfrogs than the Wildcats did.
Yes.
That's something to take away from. You got to take your wins where you can for the team on the losing side. Right now, the Bullfrog school song plays. We're going to play it out, folks. Lake Worth School for us always. Well, folks, we're going to end it on that note there. Johnny, it has been a pleasure having you back up in the box and having a call with you. It's like old times.
Boy, it is. I enjoyed it. This is a terrific team, and I look for them to keep rolling.
I look forward to it, too. Thanks again to Eagles Nest Sports Restaurant for sponsoring the radio station. You go check them out, 8455 Boat Club Road here in Lake Worth, Texas. Also, go check out Stephen Barber Insurance. Stephen Barber has multiple locations across the area right here on the north side of 820 and around the local area. Check out Stephen Barber, State Farm Insurance, all your auto, home, life, health, renters, and business insurance. Contact him, 817-238-2265. Again, go to the Eagles Nest this weekend. Go watch your favorite sports team. Go get your favorite meal and go out there and have you a nice, tall, ice, cold glass of water. They got the best in town. Thank you guys so much.
And while you're going, go Bullfrogs.
That's right. You beat me to it. So, for tonight, for Lake Worth ISD, Bullfrog Radio, for Chuck Cormier on the camera, and for my man here, Johnny Wheeler, visiting us again, my name's Joey Wilcoxon. We'll see you next Friday night as we're on the road against Dunbar.